Welcome back, folks. Don Patterson here again with Andrew Burt. We are all set for our final 3 hours of broadcasting from the Hook and Paddle Classic for 2025. And you folks may be wondering just what this is I have in my hand in front of the camera. I've been trying to figure something out, and I want to show everybody a little something before we get into the flurry of action that has taken place since we've been gone. So, Andrew, it's fixing to be an exciting afternoon for sure. And in the meantime, I want to show folks a little bit of beautiful Destination Nakawik. Now, this is just on the end of what we would call a selfie stick, folks. So it's not going to be ideal. But this is what Andrew and I get the pleasure of sitting here looking at this afternoon. This is basically our view, over to our left, we have the fuel pumps and the docks. This is going to be shaky as I turn it, but I mean, this is the view behind us, the docks, and up the Nakawik Stream. What a beautiful venue, and hopefully the wind stays down. It's almost flat calm out there for our anglers today, and it will be so much better for you folks at home having to listen to us and not deal with the constant wind noise that we dealt with yesterday. So thank you very much, Destination Nakawik, for having us here. We are excited to be here. I got to click a button. As much as I love this view, and I hope the folks at home are too, I got to take this one out of the mix because we got to get back to talking about
all the movement.
Oh, Mike's calling in already. So before we can even talk about that, our on the water guys are calling in. Let's get Mike brought in here. Mike and Ryan are out there looking for some of our leaders. Mike, who do we have?
We found the leader, I think, currently, Justin Hines. Just as he said, wait right there. He pulls in another fish.
Justin Hines is so far today shooting the lights out. He is sitting in the lead, as you mentioned, 177.25 inches. We looked at his total fish catches earlier. And what we say his smallest currently is 17 and a half.
Yes.
So that's his rat is a 17 and a half inch fish. Justin, I don't know if you can hear us or not, but happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Justin.
This performance and a shot at Team Canada, what a birthday present that would be.
Oh, it would be phenomenal. I mean, the fish have been participating for his birthday for sure.
I think they're congregating around his boat for a birthday party.
Yeah, I think he's out of earshot, but Justin, they're saying happy birthday to you, bud. We didn't realize it was your birthday. Yeah, did you guys hear that? He said he's having one hell of a birthday.
I bet he is. I tell you what, I'll give him my birthday present to him is I promise not to sing happy birthday.
Thank you for that.
It's pretty bad. Mike's thanking me, not even Justin. So, and you say he's still on fish? You're still seeing him catch fish since you guys arrived?
Yeah, so while you guys were talking, he just brought in another one and just promptly threw it back. Ben Wu's just entering the picture here too. He's must be a hot spot because they're both here. And these guys can find the fish well.
They absolutely can. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if Justin can hear us. Andrew, do you have Justin's breakdown of fish for the day so far? I think we saw a 19 and a half on there, a 19 and a quarter.
Let's see here. Day 2.
What's his total inches for today?
93 inches today.
93 inch total so far today. So 5 inches in surpassed a 19 and a half, a 19.25, an 18 and a half, an 18.25, and a 17 and a half. That's a heck of a bag of fish. So Justin, keep your foot on the throttle because Renee is still 9.5 inches behind. It's not insurmountable for him. He had roughly a 4-inch lead.
A 4-inch lead at the end of the day.
At the end of the day yesterday, so he's still within striking distance. Justin, all the way from the Yarmouth area on the South Shore of Nova Scotia. I think we made the conversation about John Cale, but I would say the same with Justin. It's not that he finds fish; they seem to find him.
Oh yeah, he must smell good or something.
So,
which is not often said about anglers.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I am pretty sure Justin doesn't have blood in his veins. He has water, because when he's not fishing recreationally, he fishes commercially for a living. So we'll have a unique opportunity later on. One of our guests this afternoon that will be joining us by call-in will actually be Justin's wife, Alicia, who is Justin's probably glad she's not here.
Yes, she's. I've seen her put him to shame in a tournament before. So
yeah. So at around lunchtime, around noon Atlantic, we have Alicia scheduled for an interview. So it'll be nice to have her on and get her perspective on her birthday boy husband and his performance so far this weekend.
Yeah.
So
hopefully she doesn't judge him too hard.
No, I'm sure she won't. But Mike, thank you for catching up with Justin. And I don't know if he looks like he's a little ways off. Probably isn't really within earshot right now. But hopefully we'll get a chance maybe to chat with him a little later on, or even at the awards ceremony, and get a little better feel of his impressions for the weekend. We're gonna let you guys go for now. If you see some action, just bump back in, where you just want to try and get a rundown of the leaderboard, so we can get everybody up to date that happened during the 2 hours. What happened during the 2 hours we were gone?
All right, sounds great, guys.
Okay.
Oh, fish on. You might want to just hang on 1 sec.
Yeah.
Oh no, just a little one.
We're
good here, guys.
It's always nice to see that rod, Ben. Thanks, Mike. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Take care.
So I know Renee doesn't watch the leaderboard closely. Renee has moved himself back up into second place, but as I said, he is 9 1/4. Was it
9 1/4?
9 1/4 inches behind. That's significant.
That is very significant. 9
3/4 inches behind. So yeah, that's significant. But he does have room to move up. I mean, he does still have a couple smaller fish.
Yeah.
In the 14, 15 inch range. But a couple 16s aren't going to do it for him. He needs 18.5 to 19.5 caliber fish.
Yes, he does.
So Renee, you got your work cut out for you, buddy. Peter's holding on in third place with 162 inches. Gary sitting in fourth. The number scrolled by. I believe it was
153.75.
53.75. Matt Patton has moved up into fifth with 152.5. Gage Ninehouse at 149, holding on to sixth place. Yeah. So we're seeing some shuffling around within that top 10 and 20. Like, these anglers are constantly, the top 2 or 3 are holding steady in their places, but the rest of the top 10 and 20 is flipped upside down. Matt Fast, 138.75 in seventh place. And we just got to wait for the next scroll. Matt De Silva at 135. Colton Taylor at 127.5. Amanda is in there at 125.5. That's your top 10.
Right now.
Give it. It's kind of like the Maritimes. You don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. If you don't like this leaderboard, wait 5 minutes. It's going to change. Chris Bingham, 123.5. Andrew Wadden, happy birthday to you as well, Andrew. We have 2 of our competitors celebrating birthdays today. One, I would say, is probably a little happier with his birthday present right now than the other. But even still, Andrew, you're sitting in 12th place. You've got, you're doing well. Jake Rodenheiser at 119. Andrew Craig, 118. Man, the scroll goes quick. Maybe I should just have my actual glasses on instead of your sunglasses so I can read it a little better.
I don't think you'll be able to see it.
Ben Wu, 106.25. Joseph Bali from Quebec, 100.5. Ivan Kimmich, and I lost his trying.
Here.
Okay, but yeah, this guy's sitting there with the.
Yeah, you can scroll through that way.
Yeah. Ivan at 98. Colton Palmer in 18th at 92.75. John Cale at 85.25. Hubert Moffat at 77.25. John Muzzerall, 75 inches. Quinn Marsh, our youngest angler, 69.50. Corey Hobson at 66.50. Mike Cox, 56.50. Jeff Rathburn, 24.75. And Tommy Mayer at 24 inches. Now, there are some anglers that have not submitted fish today. That could be because they're in bad service. It could be because they haven't caught. We have no way of knowing.
Or they're just getting on the water because of technical issues.
We did have one gentleman. I don't know if you'll probably see him moving between us or behind us at some point. Had a struggle getting back yesterday. As you guys at home know that we're watching, the wind noise was terrible on our afternoon broadcast. Obviously, it was windy. There was some pretty serious chop and wave out here in the Mactaquac Head Pond, or Mactaquac Lake, as it is known, the section of the St. John River. And he was all the way down to our downriver boundary, and he said it took him 3 hours. His batteries died. He had to paddle back. It took him 3 hours to get back. And then when he got up this morning, his batteries weren't fully charged yet. And he said, nope, I am not playing that game again. I am not putting in the water until my batteries are fully charged. We just had a chance to chat with him as he put his boat in the water. And probably a smart move on his part. Even though it's almost dead calm out there now, it can turn around real quick.
Yes. And some of those boats, while they are kayaks, do not paddle easily.
They're not built to.
No, they're not.
You know, I go back to talking about that behemoth of a boat that Ben runs, that's wider than an average kayak, heavier than an average kayak. I wouldn't want to paddle that thing.
I honestly don't think you can.
I'm sure you can to get it on a trailer or just navigate in shallow water for about 6 feet.
For about 6 feet.
And then you're tired.
Or you've thrown your back out.
Yeah, that thing is huge. And in the case of Corey that's just putting in the water here now, he's got, is it one of the Old Town MKs? I believe it is.
The Old Town Autopilot 136.
Okay, that has the built-in trolling motor in the front. Yep. And that all changes the dynamics of these boats and how they move through the water. So, you know, it's an interesting dynamic for these guys that, even though, like Andrew said, even though they are kayaks, some of them aren't really built for manual propulsion.
Oh, no, definitely not.
So, if your name was Rene Pelche and you were on the water and you actually checked that leaderboard,
my heart would be either at a dead stop or going so fast you'd think it was at a dead stop.
No, knowing how much of a hammer Justin is.
Yeah.
Knowing how consistent Justin is. Oh, I thought I heard the beep of someone calling in, but I guess I'm just hearing things. But knowing how consistent Justin is, how is that striking you from a competitive standpoint? What's the psychological impact on that for your afternoon of fishing?
I'd be trying to tell myself all the best news I could. And one of those is where Justin is sitting on 5 really good fish, it is going to be much harder to move forward from where he's at.
Yes.
And knowing that there's a couple rats in Rene's bag, you've got to think there's confidence that you can upgrade those and move forward, cut that lead.
Yes, Rene has a much better chance of cutting that lead than Justin does of lengthening that lead.
Exactly.
So from that perspective, if Rene is, but let's face it, anglers, tension, panic mode is a real thing for a lot of us.
We are our own worst enemies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm still excited to see, like, that lead looks big now. And I think it's phenomenal that Justin told me last night that he had a spot that he didn't think anyone had fished. And I would say he's probably right. I mean, he's got 5 inches more than Rene had yesterday.
And he's culled 8 times.
Yeah, so he's got his 5 that he, well, and that's, as we talked about earlier when we were off the air, that's just what he registered.
Yeah.
That's not the small fish that he may have said, these aren't going to help me. Because Rene's mindset in first place versus Justin's mindset in third place going into today, they're almost, or probably are almost the polar opposite.
Yeah.
Justin's thinking, I need big fish only. Rene's thinking, I need the first 5 I find, and then try to upgrade from there. Like, if Justin caught 3 or 4 12-inch fish right out of the gate, I can pretty much guarantee they're not worth registering for him.
No.
Because he knew he had a gap to close. Now Renee is playing the opposite side of that for the second half of the day, where he now knows he's got the gap to close. So if he catches, let's say he's got a 13-inch fish on his list there now, I still believe. If he catches a 13 and a half, is he going to measure it? Yes, because he needs every inch he can get.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a struggle to take the time because he knows that half inch isn't anywhere near enough.
Especially if he's on a spot where the bite is hot.
He's,
and where there's small fish, there's usually big fish. So you want to get through that school as fast as possible, but you don't want to throw away points.
No, and I've always told, the guys I fished tournaments against, I said that come into a spot after I fished it. I said, I'm just such a good sportsman. I came in, I hooked all the small fish for you and left the big ones behind so you guys can come and kick my butt.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as much as I say that as a joke, it's not always a joke.
No, definitely
it
not.
seems to be the way it plays out, but no, it's setting up to be an exciting afternoon. You think we're just over 4 hours into the fishing day, and we have guys that are already surpassing yesterday's full day totals. So we're waiting for a guest to call in as well. Now we were told that she may be driving or maybe on the move when we attempted to contact her. So yeah, don't let that screen lock. There's too much happening today. No. We don't want that screen going dark. So if you're not following the live leaderboard, you can get it at tourneyx.com and just search out the HP Classic, or scan the QR code that is currently on your screen, and that will take you directly to the live leaderboard. And another reminder, once again, this leaderboard will shut off today at 2 p.m. Atlantic. Fishing stops at 3 p.m. Atlantic. So that final hour, which everything goes dark, including our broadcast, nobody's going to know what takes place. So nobody's going to know the final results until we go live with the award ceremony from the Lions Club here in Nakwik, just behind us and over to the right. When we go live from there, I believe it's 5:45 this evening. I'll double check that time before the broadcast is over. So we're seeing guys who struggled yesterday to put fish on the board are putting fish on the board today. Guys that came out and probably debated, is it worth fishing a second day? And we've all been there. I talked about it late in yesterday's broadcast that we have bad days fishing, and the important part is overcoming them. It's the same thing that, our parents teach us all when we're little kids learning how to ride a bike. You fall down, you skin your knee, you get up and you go again.
Yeah.
And we're seeing anglers do that today.
Well, if you have a bad day fishing, you can also have a good day fishing, and you never know until you get on the water and fish.
Absolutely. And we all have those bad days. Unfortunately for us, sometimes they happen during competition.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of the guys that had less stellar days yesterday are putting fish on the board today, out there shaking that dust off and picking their way up that leaderboard. And my hat's off to them, because everybody, I'm a competitor, and I love competition. I love the thrill of competition. So this is going to sound more like one of those participation award statements. But everybody who fishes this event has already won, because they qualified through some very hard trails to get here. So everybody who's fishing this event has already won.
Oh, exactly.
And they've earned the right to be here among the best in Eastern Canada. And so every one of them needs to hold their head high. It doesn't matter if they finish in first place or they finish at the tail end of the leaderboard.
Nope. They
deserve to be here.
And they got here where a lot of anglers who tried didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many people participate? Oh, we got Mike calling in again. Hold that thought. Mike, how are we now?
We are doing well. It is warming up out here. It's almost like a summer day.
It's a big difference from this morning.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. it's nice because we can actually see anglers off in the distance and be able to go target them, as opposed to yell and hope they hear us.
Fair enough. Who are we with this time?
This is Gary Lynch, and he's been having a pretty good day so far.
Yes, he has.
Gary has had a stellar day, sitting in 4th place currently. We've watched him steadily climb up the leaderboard. Another hammer from Nova Scotia, much the same as our current leader. Nova Scotia boys showing up on New Brunswick water and showing off a little bit. So it's fun to watch.
Oh, it's a blast to watch. And over the years with Hook and Paddle, it's always great having the regular boys come up from Nova Scotia, and new faces are always welcome. But there's always a little bit of, oh no, those guys are here again, because they come and they hammer the fish.
Well, that's just it. And Gary has been a stellar competitor for years. Justin, the same. And they're not the only ones. I mean, Michael Cox, who's here from Nova Scotia, is a former member of Team Canada. All of these guys, even the young fellows that we were talking to yesterday, fishing for 3 years and qualified their way here.
Yeah.
This is phenomenal. So I don't know if Gary's close enough to be able to hear us, but Gary, you've made some adjustments compared to yesterday, it seems.
There's this today.
I did early, sort of hoping the wind picks back up. So my bite was sort of dependent on that. So I'm playing a little bit of a waiting game.
Okay. Now you're showing you've got 5 fish counted, plus you've called 5 times. So you've definitely been on a more active bite, at least to a certain extent.
Yeah, it was a real nice start to the morning. With the wind was just perfect for my bite. So
nice. That's great. So, second biggest bag of the day so far. You're knocking on the 8. You're just a hair under 80 inches for the day. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep grinding. You're sitting in 4th, but definitely still within striking distance of cracking that top 3 and pushing one of those guys out.
Yeah,
so
a few more of the right bites.
Well, that's just it. I'm looking at your totals, the size of your fish right now, and you got 119 on there. That's one that if you get around to culling that one off,
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah. If you get around to culling that one off, I think everybody up the leaderboard needs to be a little scared. So keep at it, Gary. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming up and fishing this event, and thank you for taking a little bit of time on the water with us. Good luck for the rest of the day. We might get a chance to chat to you again later on, and let's see how conditions treat you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Thank you, Mike. You and Ryan, I'll let you keep drifting, and we'll see how this afternoon's going to play out.
Yeah, sounds good. And just about these Nova Scotia guys, I'd kind of consider them an invasive species at this point.
For those of you that don't know, I don't know if we've already mentioned this, Mike is actually the father of Quinn Marsh, our youngest angler here. Mike is also a competitor himself. So from Mike's perspective, he's looking at it saying, these guys keep coming to my province and kicking my tail. And but unlike other invasive species, we're not gonna try and eradicate these Nova Scotia guys. I think it's a lot of fun having them around, and fact of the matter is most of them are pretty nice guys. So yeah. I think we'll hang on to them for a while yet.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So, okay, Mike, you and Ryan enjoy the sunshine. This morning we were looking for more layers to put on. I think this afternoon we might be trying to ditch a couple.
I was thinking about it.
So we'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, take care.
Take care. So yeah, this morning Andrew and I were sitting here, and I made one comment at one point about him shivering. And then he looked over at one point, and my shoulders were shaking, and my hand was on the mouse, folks. I actually had to reach out and use the trackpad on my laptop because I couldn't keep the mouse from chattering on the table. So it's a far cry. I don't know what the temperature is now, but I can tell you this sun feels absolutely glorious.
It really does.
And the lack of wind compared to yesterday. I mean, there's a tiny breeze blowing, but this is just a beautiful. I guess today technically is the first day of fall, is it not?
Yes,
the
it
21st. So we went from this tournament spanned 2 seasons.
Winter and fall.
Winter and fall, yeah. Okay, 3 seasons. So, but yeah, it's the cold weather in the mornings aside, that's fishing. When you live your life in the outdoors, you learn to be prepared for all the different weather conditions and different things Mother Nature can throw at you. Because let's face it, Mother Nature can occasionally be temperamental, and that's probably being polite. The words I probably would prefer to use, I shouldn't use on the air.
And I'm not going to say sometimes we deserve that.
Oh, absolutely.
We've earned it.
Absolutely. But yeah, so this has been a phenomenal weekend. I mean, you imagine these cold temperatures and rain running down the back of your neck?
Oh, I don't even want to think about that.
So we'll take the sunshine and the cold, because I'll take the sunshine. Yes, we desperately need rain. Our water levels are ridiculously low still, but no, it's been a phenomenal weekend here in Destination Nakoik, and we want to once again thank them for having us. I keep looking at the leaderboard, looking for any big changes. I'm not seeing anything groundbreaking yet.
At least not in the top 5.
There's fish being caught. What are you seeing?
Was Matthew in the top 5 before?
Matt Patton?
Oh yeah,
he was.
Sorry, he was. I thought
there has been so much change. We were watching it periodically during our break, and there has been so much change. And I mean, every time I opened the leaderboard up, it's like, oh, Justin caught another one.
Yeah.
It's to the point that almost became anticlimactic. It's like
you kind of expect
you're starting to expect it. And I'm still enamored by this format, by the ability to watch it live. Like I said, I followed along before for other events, but never to the depth I am this weekend. Obviously, check in every now and then, see how friends are doing, and get mad when you realize you're trying to check in at 1 minute after 2 and they just shut the leaderboard off, so you have no idea how it's going to end, or how anyone's even doing. So shifting gears. Oh, there's a little more of a breeze. I didn't think there was that much wind this morning, but we heard Gary talk about it, saying that the wind was just right for his bite.
Yeah.
So I have a rough idea where Gary is. So what I'm thinking he was experiencing, there was a slight breeze, but I didn't think it had really died down. It was pretty much the same. A wind out of the south blowing against the northern bank. So a lot of people hate wind.
Mm-hmm.
I saw some totals from the bass tournament, the powerboat tournament that was on the lower river yesterday. And there's one team that are notorious for throwing spinnerbaits. If you're a spinnerbait fisherman, one of the things you want is wind. So I'm guessing what Gary was dealing with this morning was a little bit of a breeze south breeze blowing against the north bank, because it's pushing all those bait fish up. And that's where, as fishermen, dead calm and bluebird skies, which we've had the bluebird skies the last 2 days, the dead calm and bluebird skies are normally a nightmare.
Yeah.
Everything shuts down. If the water isn't moving, fish don't move. Because smallmouth bass I can relate. They're lazy and they like to eat.
Yep.
But they don't want to work for their food. They're, on average, they're ambush predators. They'll hide behind a rock, on the edge of a back eddy, anything for a current break, and they'll wait for their food to funnel by them. So if that water is still, that the bait fish aren't moving, which means the smallmouth bass aren't feeding. They're not moving. So I'm thinking that's what Gary had first thing this morning, was just enough breeze to move some bait fish around. Now, I don't know if the Mactaquac Dam is drawing water today or not. I know they have been running open, just dumping water, lowering the head pond. Someone said that they had a friend that worked at the dam that actually made the comment that they literally were just pushing water downstream, trying to make sure they keep the fish downstream alive.
Yeah.
Because the water levels are so low in different regions of the province. It's a scary thought if that's the truth, that they're literally dumping water through the dam, not even generating electricity off it, just pushing water down to keep the lower portion of the river from drying up.
Yeah. And I've fished the lower portion through Fredericton, and it is
low.
Some of the boat launches that are normally great launches, people can't even launch their boats at.
That's scary. And I'll be honest, that has me a little concerned, because I'm actually running an event out of Fredericton in 2 weeks' time. So it's concerning.
Yeah.
But The lower river showed out yesterday with some good fish, just the same as this section of the river is showing out this weekend with some phenomenal fish.
Oh, phenomenal.
Current lunker, and I'm not going to say who has it, but the current lunker, the last time we looked, was 19 3/4, 19.75 inches. So yesterday's lunker was 19 1/4, so that's a full half inch. And actually, there's a couple 19 1/2s in there. So there's 2 or 3 people that actually have fish bigger than the biggest fish yesterday. So, like I said, today the fishery has changed and it has turned on with this bite. I'm just taking a quick look at the leaderboard to see if anybody's moving around. I think we're in an afternoon lull.
Yeah.
And we're not even in the afternoon yet. But
No.
we are half an hour into our second broadcast of the day. Folks at home, thank you for joining us. I'm going to try and find my cursor. And while we're talking and you just have to listen to Andrew and I ramble, I will take a minute to thank our sponsors again. Fredericton Capital Region Tourism. Sorry, just digging for something. Destination Nakwik, of course. 506 Tackle Supply, Nakwik Motel, Canada Bass Kayak, Big Axe Brewery, St. Croix Rods. The photographer that I have been, and I apologize a couple times on air, is Murner Memories Photography. Ashley is the photographer's name, so thank you to them. Atlantic Laser Works, Team Brothers Kayak Fishing Trail in Quebec, the Nova Scotia Kayak Fishing Series, the NB Bass Tour, and the Nakwik Lions Club. So thank you to all of those sponsors and supporters for allowing us to be here this weekend, for allowing us to do what we love to do and show off what this river and this community has to offer. So I don't want to say speechless because my family can probably attest to the fact that just doesn't happen. Impressed, overwhelmed, I guess, to a point by the support, the feedback, everything that's coming out of this event. I know the ultimate goal for Hook and Paddle and for Destination Nakwik, as well as we would love to see. It's a year ago next week that we had the Powerboat Pan Ams here, hosted by Destination Nakwik and Fredericton Capital Region Tourism. The next objective is to have a Pan Am or maybe even the Worlds from the kayak perspective here. And I think what our anglers, what our volunteers, our camera people, what everybody has done this weekend is show the world, show everybody at home that this region has the facilities, the people,
and the fish.
When we had the Pan Ams here last year, we had some of the top pros in the world. Scott Martin, Jacob Wheeler, Cooper Gallant, Gussie, Jeff Gustafson. It was phenomenal to see these guys here in our backyard. And in talking to some of them, I mean, I've known Gussie for a few years, and I've talked to Coop many times. And they said, numbers-wise, this was one of the most phenomenal fisheries they had ever seen. But yes, you go to the St. Lawrence River and Lake Ontario, you're going to get smallmouth bass that make ours look like minnows.
Oh, definitely.
You know, like literally double the size of what we have here. But numbers-wise, you go there, you fish hard, you grind 4, 5, 6 bites. You can come here, you can have 100 fish day. And so it is a stellar, world-class smallmouth bass fishery. And I think we need to continue to push and work and organize these events to show that off and let the world see just exactly what New Brunswick has to offer. So thank you to all the sponsors that have made this possible. Thank you to all the anglers that have traveled, some from a large distance. I looked up Justin's home area. We were talking about it yesterday, and it's about 7.5 hour drive.
Yep.
So Justin's made a significant drive. Now, I don't know exactly where the guys in Quebec are from, but for them, you know, we're from this area, 7.5 hours out of Montreal.
Yep.
So, you know, they've made significant drives. So thank you to all of them. And I keep watching that leaderboard, and keep looking for the big shakeup. Ben has moved up a little bit. He was at 106. He's up to 119, so he's pushing back. He was in fourth after day one.
Yep.
But he had a slow start to his day, or at least for what he submitted. Looks like he had a slow start to his day, but he's pushed his way back up. Looks like he's in a tie with Jake Rodenheiser, actually, for 13th place. So they're pushing, the afternoon bite can change things. And we saw Ben, he ended up very in the same area where Justin was.
Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Great minds think alike. Both of those two gentlemen are phenomenal at finding fish. And they come through, and I've fished, actually had the opportunity to fish with both of them, and they both fish a very different style.
Oh, very much so.
So if Justin has missed a fish with his strengths, Ben could very easily circle in the same zone and find a fish that just wasn't triggering to what Justin was offering. So, even when someone has fished a zone,
yeah,
like I say, everybody's style is different. And like I said, I know with those two, their style is incredibly different. So that should be interesting to see how that works out, having the two of them in that same general area.
And just the numbers alone we're seeing on the board, we know that zone is holding
big fish.
And
actually quite a few. What was Justin's cull numbers? He was
at 8.
Yeah, he's registered 12, 13, 14 fish throughout the run of the day so far.
And when he was on camera, he caught a couple small ones and dumped them. And you can only imagine those were two of many.
Absolutely.
That weren't even worth putting on the board.
Yeah, because, as we mentioned, he's kind of in it here. Well, at the start of the day, he was in a swing for the fences mode. I would say now he's already knocked it. Even if Renee catches him at this point, Justin's already knocked it out of the park.
Oh, yes.
90, what did we say, 93 inches for the day?
Yeah.
What's the largest single day total you've ever seen for bass?
I honestly think yesterday's was with Renee's 88.
So you're saying 93 inches is the biggest single
93
and counting.
I know leading up to the event, discussing with a lot of anglers, we were thinking 80-inch days were prime for
this event?
For this event.
So we had an 88 on day one, and now a 93 and counting on day two.
Yeah. And multiple anglers over 80.
Oh, absolutely.
So this is definitely fishing a lot better than a lot of us were expecting.
And the weather is shifting. The water temperatures have dropped a little bit. We're kind of getting out of that summer pattern, and I think the fish are starting to finally show.
Yep.
Because it was so hot this summer. The water temperature, I think, stayed higher longer than everybody expected it to. Oh, we got Mike calling in again. How are we doing now, Mike?
We are doing well, boys. How are you?
Oh, just sitting here enjoying the sun. Who did you find us this time?
So this is Colton Taylor, this invasive species again out of Nova Scotia.
Well, Colton Taylor is currently sitting inside our top 10. I'm not sure if he's aware of that, so I'm not going to get into too much detail because you look like you're close enough. He can probably hear me.
He can, yeah. And he knows where he's at, so that's all, it's all fine.
Okay. Colton, how's your day going so far?
Not too bad. I've got my 5 fish, but nothing special sitting in there, so it's kind of what I'm hoping for now.
Well, it's special enough that it's got you sitting inside the top 10. What were you? Did you have yourself a personal goal in mind? I mean, obviously, we all go into a tournament wanting to win, but we all kind of have that secondary goal and say, "I'll call it a success if I place in this range." Did you have that in your own mind going into this weekend?
I mean, personally, I think I never really set a goal for this because my goal for the season was to get here. So I'm super happy with that. And I think personally, if I was to set a goal, it would be top 10. And then another personal goal is I just want to get a real chunky New Brunswick bass.
Oh, they're there.
They are absolutely there. What part of Nova Scotia do you normally fish in?
We travel around a lot of Nova Scotia, so we kind of cover the most of it, but I'm in Colebrook, so I'm sort of central of it, and I go both ways.
Oh, okay.
Go up Dartmouth way and then up Halifax way, so in between there usually.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if you're in the Halifax area, you are definitely used to some leaner smallmouth bass. They don't grow them real big in that zone.
Yeah, that's the thing in Nova Scotia is like you get long bass, right? Like there's been multiple in the series for NSKFS this year, over or 21 and over, and multiple 20 plus. So I mean, they get the length there, but they're just not thick bass, right?
Yeah. So
Like
and
I
I
got
don't
21 this spring, and it was only 4.1 pounds. So
yeah.
still an
So I
impressive
mean that's
fish, but you could
still
get it.
Yeah, that same fish in another body of water would be more on the 5 pound range.
Yeah, for sure. Certain time of year and stuff. And don't get me wrong, there is thick fish in Nova Scotia too, but I feel like it's a little bit more of a hunt to get the impressive ones,
Yeah, well, I mean, I know a lot of the Halifax area powerboat tournaments. I mean, a 10 to 12 pound bag will win a lot of those events, going
Yeah.
by weight, obviously not length. Where here in New Brunswick, most of the events are 15 pounds on the low end, 17 to 20 pounds on the high end to take the win. So it's definitely a different fishery.
Oh yeah, it's
And
definitely impressive. And I guess now that you're saying that, I guess my goal from now until 3 is my personal best weight wise in Nova Scotia or anywhere is 4.1. So let's break that today.
Go get them, man. Thank you very much for being here. I'm glad you're enjoying your weekend in Nakwik, and you keep going. Oh, we got a fish on.
You got a fish, boys. This is live action coming at you.
Let's go full screen on this. We haven't got a lot of live fish catches, so nice to see a not quite the personal best I think that he's looking for, but
nice to see a fish.
Absolutely, always nice to see fish being caught on camera.
Wait, you don't think that'll be 4.1?
Yeah, he says it's 4.1 for sure.
It didn't look it, but I mean, I do have the sun in my face, so maybe I'm just not seeing well. But no, I don't think that's going to beat your personal best. Maybe tie it, but
that might put him up on the board though a little bit. So every inch counts.
Every inch counts. He's holding on inside the top 10, so that's. I actually love this footage right now, showing an angler taking that picture, because from sitting at home, I did it a couple times this year. It's a challenge.
It's almost an art form.
I don't think it's almost. I think it actually is an art form.
So one thing I'll speak to you that I just saw him do, and I had to lower my glasses to see it because the screen's black with them on, is the first thing he did was he dipped his board in the water and ran water down the trough. That is a great habit, because a lot of the times when you set the fish on that aluminum, if the aluminum's hot, that fish will
go nuts,
lose its mind. But it also, even if it's cold and dry, the fish do not like that.
Fair.
And so if you wet your board, the fish, it's less of a shock to the fish. It's less likely that fish is going to flip off your board. Not saying it won't happen, because fish have their minds of their own, but it is a nice little trick to do. It also prevents the protective coating on the fish,
the slime coat
from sticking to the board and peeling off when you release the fish.
Very nice.
Yeah. The one thing you forgot, Andrew, is that the board is cleverly tethered to his seat.
Yes.
I've seen multiple.
Yes.
Yeah. Those
boards
really sink pretty quick.
They don't float.
There's a lot of things on our kayaks that don't float. And the rule of thumb is, if you don't want to keep buying that part, tether it.
Yeah.
When I have the same board that he has, and first thing I did was I tested it, and it sinks faster than any piece of aluminum I've ever seen.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna leave him alone, guys. We're gonna get away from him. Let him.
Thanks a lot, guys. Good luck, Colton. Keep at it.
Thank you, Colton.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
So there we have it, live on the water, Colton Taylor. I'm not sure. He's got about a 5.5 inch gap between him and the next angler in front of him. So that may have been an upgrade to his overall length, but it may not have moved him up a spot. So I didn't see any movement in the leaderboard.
It might take a minute too.
Yeah, it can sometimes take a little time to upgrade. But yeah, it's. I love talking to these guys from Nova Scotia. Because like I said, I've had a chance to fish a little bit in Nova Scotia, and it is a totally different fishery. One of the primary food sources for a lot of our smallmouth bass waters here in New Brunswick is crayfish.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a crayfish to be found in Nova Scotia.
Nope.
We have the St. John River is a massive river. Most of the rivers in Nova Scotia are significantly smaller.
Yeah.
And most of their smallmouth bass are actually confined to lakes.
And our panfish population is unbelievable compared to a lot. I know Chris Arnold always told me he loved coming up and fishing Oromocto because of the variety of panfish and the size of the panfish.
Yeah, no, there's some phenomenal opportunities. Don't let that lock up. Oh, too late. But yeah, so in the Halifax area, as I mentioned, a lot of those fish, the smallmouth bass lakes in the Halifax area, there's all kinds of fish, but they are smaller. I mean, I ran an event there back in 2019, and it was about 12 pounds for a 5-fish limit that won our event. Where, like I said, up here in New Brunswick, if you're winning an event with less than 15 pounds, pretty much everybody's had a bad day.
Yeah.
Like I said, there was day one of a 2-day event was downriver or out of Oromocto yesterday. For the New Brunswick Sport Fishing Association. They had 4 bags over 17 pounds or more. Now, I'm not sure if they ever got the fog burn off. One of the competitors sent me a picture while we were on the air earlier. I didn't see it until we were on break. But the fog in Woodstock this morning where they were launching, they were an hour and 10 minutes after blast off.
Sitting in their trucks.
Scheduled blast off, and they were sitting in their trucks because you couldn't see 50 feet safely.
Oh,
it was brutal, the picture he sent me. So I'm not sure what time they actually got blasted off, but our anglers down here are now enjoying nice, calm water and sunshine. Oh, we got Mike coming back in already. How are we now, Mike?
We're doing good. We found the most seasoned angler in John Kale. He's got his bag full already, and he says there's a couple lunkers that he's going to show us on camera.
John's had a good day so far. We always love seeing.
Just under 20. If it was hook and paddle that was allowed to squeeze the tail, it would have been over 20.
That's right.
That's not the one that's submitted. So. Yeah, I'm on them today. I unfortunately lost a couple of right at the launch.
So, John, if you can hear me, you stayed really close to the launch this morning. I'm assuming that was because of the fog conditions and just a choice made based on personal safety and the fact that your boat has no lights?
Not at all. I was there because I knew there could be big bass there. While putting things together, I saw a big bass take off the point. Chris Bingham asked if he could go by me. Just after he went by, big bass smashed in his wake. I was fishing by the dock this morning because I was hoping to catch big fish.
Oh.
I'm okay with being proven wrong. That was my theory, and you just proved me wrong, and I'm okay with that. So, out there soaking up some sun today, John, and looks like you're having a whole lot better day than you had yesterday. I know we're fighting one yesterday, and the one you didn't get to pinch the tail on, you did submit it, and I mentioned a fish of this particular length earlier and wasn't going to mention who had caught it, but as near as we can see right now, John, you are currently leading the lunker race.
Really? Oh, must be for today. Didn't somebody get a 20 yesterday?
No, 19 and a quarter was their lunker yesterday.
I had no idea.
Well, congratulations then.
Just is that for the audience? Is that a 19 and a half that John caught?
That is a 19 3/4.
3/4.
1975.
Wow.
They gave us 16th. It was easy 19 and 15, 16. Like I said, pitch the tail on 20, but I that.
Yeah, he says we need finer measurements next year.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of these guys that would support that idea because, man, it gets tight. It gets real tight.
Couldn't catch that.
So,
He was just commenting about your finer measurements.
Okay, I've got a few measurements. Legal striper is the angle there. Right across here is legal for a landlocked salmon. Number of measurements, mackerel is marked on my kayak.
He's got the legal measurements built in on his kayak is what he's discussing. On this side is the striper legal limit.
Nice.
Every detail on that kayak means something.
Striper for which body of water though, John, or do you have them both?
Yeah, which body of water is that striper legal limit for?
St. John and Bay of Fundy.
St. John and Bay of Fundy. Oh, he's got a hit on, boys and girls.
It's not a monster, but might be bigger than my 12.
It's a fish.
Can you guys hear him okay?
Yep. He said it, not a monster, but might be bigger than his 12.
It's in the net.
Monster I was looking for, but
Do you think that's an upgrade, John?
I think I'll upgrade to 12. I think an upgrade yesterday's 11.
Yeah, he says it upgrades today's 12, and if it might upgrade yesterday's 11 if we'd let him do that.
Yeah, I don't think that's within the rules that we're not allowed to call yesterday's
No.
or add to yesterday's. But now that would be a cool format. So you only go out on day one and catch one fish, and then day two your next 9 count. You get to fill your day one bag and fish. That actually would
So
be a
instead of doing the top 5 of each, you do a overall
full
top 10.
overall top 10. That actually would be.
My 12.
He
So-
says it might be his 12.
Whoa. Quarter.
Quarter inch is a quarter inch, John.
Yep.
Okay.
So, well, we'll let you get back at it, John. Thank you very much for your time. You know, we'll keep an eye on that lunker total, but so far you are the man.
I'm amazed. I did come here specifically because I thought I might catch a lot.
So, well, you keep going, John. You're doing great. We love seeing you out there, obviously. And, we're getting a call from Ashley out on the water as well. So, Mike, we're going to let you go and we're going to jump over to Ashley and we'll be talking to you again shortly.
Sounds great, guys.
Thank you. Yep.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're doing pretty good. Ashley is our photographer out on the water. I mentioned her earlier. Thank you for being here and putting in the time to help us out with this event.
Oh, you're welcome.
So,
We are just down, and Justin just caught another one.
Justin, you guys found Justin and he caught another one. We'll keep an eye on that leaderboard. He's got to work some to get some upgrades in. I'm not saying he can't, but
Is he still in first right now?
he is in first by still 9 3/4 inches. So yeah, he's holding in there. Renee's got to find his afternoon pattern to close that gap.
Awesome.
So is Justin down there on his own?
He is, and I don't know how to switch this camera around.
You got to do it before you join the studio.
Oh, okay, I see.
So, but no, that's okay. This is your first time calling in.
Can you see him there?
I think we can. I got to move him up into we can see him. So, but it's nice to know that you're down there. You're finding him. You guys are out on the water finding all our competitors and giving them their chance to be Facebook famous when all the pictures get posted.
Yes, it's Justin's birthday today, and he said there was another guy that's out here angling, and it's his birthday as well, so it's a good day for it.
Yeah, and I made them a promise I would give them their birthday present and not sing to them. So
Yes, for sure. All right, guys, we'll have a great day, and we're going to head on and get some more photos. And I posted a sneak peek for everyone, and I'll get the rest of them edited and up to Brian as soon as I can.
That's awesome. You guys have fun out there. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Ashley.
And if you want to check out the photos, just go to Murner Memories Photography.
Murner Memories Photography on Facebook. So check that out. You'll see the teaser pictures from yesterday.
You will.
And we'll see some beautiful work coming up. So I'm sure we got a beautiful day to capture those memories today.
For sure. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks,
You too.
Ashley. You too. So now Justin caught another fish, but I haven't seen any change in the leaderboard, so I'm thinking it wasn't an upgrade. Sorry, I just gotta send a link off to somebody. We had one other guest that I wasn't sure they were going to be able to join us. They'll join us this afternoon. We really need a producer, Andrew.
We really do. I mean, it's a shame that Ben's on the water. He could be doing all the work for us.
He's great at that, but it's hard to do that and fish.
Yes.
So, but no, this is a load of fun, and I apologize, folks, for these few seconds spent with my head down.
I was thinking when we were talking strategies earlier, and you asked me what would be going through Renee's brain. A few minutes ago, I was thinking, if Renee has looked at the leaderboard and seen that gap with Justin and seen Justin's fish, did we get a beep?
Mike beeped and then dropped right off, so it might have been an accidental beep.
Okay. So there is also, and this is also something that my brain would do, if he's sitting on a few big pictures in his live well and hasn't submitted them, if Justin looks at leaderboard, he sees Renee's there, but Renee might actually be a lot closer. We won't know.
Well, that's a good point, and I actually never thought of, the sandbagging. We always think of the leaders going to sandbag and hold. We never think of the fact that maybe second place or third place is sandbagging a little bit to
allow those leaders above them
to get a little
comfortable.
Too comfortable.
Exactly.
Lift your foot off the gas a little bit, and all of a sudden, your opponent submits their catch, and they're right there breathing down your neck. Right. So yeah, I never actually thought of sandbagging from that perspective, but it definitely is a distinct possibility.
It just came to me that it's not like fully dedicated to sandbagging, but it becomes a defensive tactic. Because the last thing you want is that leader fishing harder.
Yeah, you don't want them thinking, I only have a half-inch lead. I need to go find that big fish. They're like, oh, I got a 9 3/4 inch lead. I'm going to eat a sandwich and I'm going to drink a cup of coffee. And then all of a sudden you look the next time and 30 seconds later, you're down by half an inch.
Exactly.
So yeah, that is definitely a possibility. Did you send Alicia the link?
Alicia has the link.
Okay. So whenever Alicia wants to call in, we'll take her call. I have not seen a single bass boat from the tournament upriver come down this far today. They do know this kayak event is taking place, so it's possible they all chose. There's only 18 of them in the event. It is possible they chose to just stay upriver and kind of respect this event and keep their distance. Not that they have to by any stretch of the imagination. It's a big river.
Exactly.
Or maybe they just all thought the fishing was going to be better upriver. And the other thing too is with a fog delay, a lot of guys will not run as far.
No,
they're going to stay close.
They're despite how fast they go, there is still time management.
Exactly.
And no, most of the boats that I've seen moving around here, everybody out looking for muskie.
Well, we have a guest joining us.
Hello.
Hi, Alicia.
How's it going?
It's going great.
It absolutely is going great. I'm assuming you've been following along.
Oh, I've been so nervous today. I'm like more nervous watching Justin on the standings than I would be if I'm like fishing it myself.
What are you saying? You just don't have faith in him, or?
Oh no, I'm just so excited because like it's his birthday and he's been like working so hard, and I'm super proud of him.
I bet you are. Now, Alicia, for those of you, some people may detect a little slightly different note in your voice. You're not originally from. Oh, we have Becca from DNR calling in at the same time as well. So we're going to have a multi-person stream here. Alicia, we're going to get back on just for a minute.
Sure.
I'm sure, Alicia, you don't mind totally staying with us a little bit longer. So, Becca, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. You're on the road on your way here, I believe, for to watch some boats.
Yep. We've got our boat decontamination station towed behind us, and we should be in Nakawik in the next hour.
Perfect. So we've had a phenomenal weekend so far. We just wanted to have you on for a few minutes to have a conversation with us about why your work is so important, not just to our resources, but to the resources of, in this case, Nova Scotia and Quebec, where our anglers are going to be dispersing back to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so we've been traveling around to us and our partners. So I work with Fisheries and Oceans Canada, and we have 3 mobile boat decontamination stations. So we manage one, the New Brunswick Invasive Species Council manages a second, and New Brunswick Department of Natural Resources and Energy Development manages a third. And so we've been traveling around all summer, going to various different activities, different fishing tournaments, to talk to folks about Clean Drain Dry and to provide this boat washing service, a free boat wash, to decontaminate your boats and your equipment, because aquatic invasive species can be transferred from water body to water body, inside or attached to the outside of your boat, and you might not even know it.
Okay, oh wow, we're just getting a steady stream. We've got Mike calling in from on the water. I'm going to check in with him just real quick if you ladies can hang with us.
For sure.
Mike, how are you now?
We're doing all right. How are you guys?
Oh, we're getting quite a crowd. We've got 2 guests with us, and you called in, but we always want to see that on the water action. Who do we have this time?
This is Andrew Craig.
Andrew Craig, who I believe was sitting inside the top 10. We got to see that score tracker scroll.
He's 16th right now.
Oh, he slid down to 16th, 118 inches. Andrew, how's your day going? Can you hear us?
Started off quite well. It was similar to yesterday. It was slow the first hour, and then 9 o'clock to about 10:30 was pretty good. Fish started to bite, and it's been slow. Haven't had anything probably in the last hour here, but lost a real nice fish about just over an hour ago. So still bummed out about that. Trying to get another one here. So
you're standing up, getting out of that seated, folded position, just letting the sun warm your whole body from head to toe, aren't you?
Yeah, I usually always stand when I fish if I can. If it's not too windy, I just prefer to fish that way. So.
No, absolutely. So overall, what your impression of the weekend, the whole event? I know you still want some more fish in the boat, but how do you feel about the whole weekend, the event, and everything that's going on so far?
It seems really, really well organized. Lots of people helping out, which is great. I think it's going to be good for the future if we can keep putting things like this on. So it's been a lot of fun. Seeing anglers from different provinces has been pretty neat as well. So it's been a blast.
Absolutely, we're glad that. What was that?
Just need some big fish to bite for me now, and I'll get even better. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, we won't keep you too long. We do have a couple of ladies waiting for us to chat with them, so we're going to let you go. Thank you. Go find those big fish, and if we don't get a chance to chat to you, we will see you at the awards ceremony later this afternoon.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Good luck, Andrew. Thanks again, Mike. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for letting me share some airtime with these 2 lovely ladies. Appreciate that.
We'll jump back over to Becca. Thanks, Mike. So we're going to jump back over to Becca real quick. I got to unmute you again, Becca. Just give me a second. I got too many things on the go, and I can't see my screen well enough. There we go. I clicked the right button this time. So, okay. So you were saying, sorry about that. It just got real busy real quick. So you were saying that we have, some serious concerns or serious issues that we have to take into consideration with regards to our waterways and invasive plants.
Yes, exactly. I mean, invasive plants, invasive fish, invasive mussels. So there's lots of, species that are moved around intentionally or unintentionally that cause problems in the new areas where they're released. And so two of the big ones that we're worried about right now, because they can be moved around so easily on your boat, is zebra mussels, which are present in the St. John River watershed, and as well as Eurasian water milfoil, which is a very invasive plant.
Okay, so I guess we talked about the milfoil a little bit yesterday, and I know there's a name, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it is that people refer to it as, because it is so basically almost impossible to kill. You can dry it out and get it so just the tiniest little scrap, you rehydrate it, the damn thing grows again.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Some people call it the zombie plant because if you try to cut it back, it can come back stronger. Yeah. And it can very easily be attached to your prop, and you move your boat from, I guess not for this tournament, but for other tournaments, you move your boat trailer from one location to another, and you've introduced a small piece of it into a new water body, and it can really easily establish and take hold. And it grows super dense, so it affects your ability to boat through the area. It can affect the ability of fish to be able to swim there. It causes big problems.
It will choke off small lakes and ponds if it's left unchecked, will it not?
It can, yeah. It can cause pretty severe impacts, yeah.
So at this point in time, we know it's here in New Brunswick.
Can you ask that again? Sorry, I think I lost you for a sec.
Yeah, getting a little signal lag. So at this point in time, we know New Brunswick is already battling zebra mussels and the Eurasian water milfoil. Do we know, has it, and I'm hoping the answer is no, do we know if it's made its way into Nova Scotia at all, or so far have the measures to keep it out been successful?
So far, the measures have been successful, which is a great testament to the care that people are taking when they're moving between water bodies. As of right now, zebra mussels have only been found in the main branch of the St. John River. So testing throughout New Brunswick, PEI, Nova Scotia has not shown any sign of zebra mussels outside of the main branch of the St. John.
Okay, no, that's definitely good news for everybody involved, and a testament to the care these anglers and recreational boaters and everybody else have been taking to keep these water bodies safe.
Yeah, it's good news so far.
No, absolutely. So I know you're going to be joining us here in about an hour. You're going to be in the Nakiwik area. Is there anywhere people can find website, Facebook pages, anywhere people can find more information if they want to learn more about this issue?
Yeah, so the DFO webpage has lots of resources on different aquatic invasive species and where they're present. There's also a full page about clean, drain, dry, so it goes step by step, tells you what steps you should be taking to, remove the plant material or whatever that you see on your trailer, pulling your boat plugs, draining them, making sure you're removing all standing water, and then drying everything to the best of your ability. So the DFO webpage has lots of information.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. I know you're traveling, so I'm not going to keep you on for too long. So I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank you for sharing this information with the folks at home that are watching live and the people that get to watch this and the recorded version later on. We will see you when you arrive in Nakiwik, and we look forward to seeing you and your team on the ground here and making sure that all these boats go back to their home locations clean, drained, and dry.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for the opportunity, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Becca. You guys travel safe, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Now, Alicia, I got to take my glasses off to find the right button on the screen, and we'll get you unmuted now.
Hey.
And we'll get that leaderboard back up on the screen, because let's face it, that's what this weekend is all about. So, as I was saying before, people will notice a little different note in your voice.
Little twang.
Little twang. You are not from the South Shore of Nova Scotia by birth, as Justin is. I don't know if your volume's up just a little loud or you're getting a little bit of feedback.
Is that better?
Well, we'll find out. It's still there a little bit, but we'll find out as we carry on. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Okay.
Just sometimes if speakers are a little too loud, my voice feeds back through your microphone and it just feeds double a little bit. So that's where, in many cases for stuff like this, we'll wear headphones and whatnot, but we'll make it work.
Okay.
So I think Andrew just went and peeled
I peeled 2 layers off.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do the same here very shortly. So you found your way. Oh, here's Mike calling in again. It never fails. Let's see what he's got going on. Mike, who do we have?
Hey guys, it's Matthew Payton. So I had to bring him on because he just bagged an 18 and he's sitting 3 inches out of third place. Says his heart's racing because he's just getting close to the money.
He is sitting 3 inches, 3¼ inches out of third place. So good job for you, Matt. Did you were you guys there when he caught that one, or?
No, we gave him a hard time that he didn't wait for us to get here. It's just we were coming around the corner.
So no, that's awesome. I'm trying to see. I can't see enough of the screen. The sun's just too bright. I'm trying to see where he's at. I might want to go fishing after this is all over.
Yeah, we can't divulge that. Sorry.
So, I think I got it figured out anyway. That bank looks somewhat familiar. So, Matt, I guess sitting 3 inches out of third place, I can say your weekend has been at least somewhat successful to this point.
Been better than I expected, that's for sure.
Always good when a weekend of fishing is better than you expect.
Kind of thought first to third was maybe out of the question after day one, but
well, right. So I know we talked yesterday, and you're up here from Nova Scotia and have had limited New Brunswick experience. Are we going to be able to convince you to come back to New Brunswick?
Oh, you'd be able to convince me to live here.
Tim, Mayor Fox, if you're listening at home, you might want to reach out to Matt and let him know what real estate opportunities are available here in Nakawik, because you may have another property sale on your hands.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely be back next year. That's for sure.
That's awesome. Well, you get back into Nova Scotia after this event and get yourself grinding for next year and get requalified, and even or travel up and fish the Hook and Paddle Series and give yourself multiple options on how to qualify.
Yeah, that's how I actually qualified through the.
Oh, did you qualify
through the HP Bass Series? Yeah, he was in our New Brunswick Bass Series. Do you remember what you qualified at? What number? So I only went to 2 events. Yeah, but I think I was 10th. Yeah, he only went to 2 events, and every point matters in our events. He was able to qualify top 15 in New Brunswick Bass, so he's quite the fisherman.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
So, okay, well, we're going to let you go find those 3 inches or 3¼ inches to get yourself up into that third place spot, and see if you can get 2 out of 3 Nova Scotia boats into that top 3.
Yeah.
So.
I checked the standings. I think Gary's pretty close behind me. Gary's right behind your tails, and Justin Hines is just above you. Keep at her, bud.
Gary's breathing down your neck. Good luck, Matt. Go get him. We will talk to you guys soon. Thank you again, Mike.
No problem. Take care, guys.
You too. And back to Alicia.
And did I get her unmuted? I think I got her unmuted.
Perfect.
Okay. Now's my turn to go lose a layer or 2 of sweaters. So I will be right back. You guys know each other well enough. I'm sure you can carry a conversation.
I can do my best.
I'll be right back, folks. I'll let these 2 chat.
So how's it going? What's the weather like down in West Virginia?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's been absolutely beautiful. We're very dry here as well. We need rain really bad. I don't think we're as dry as Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, but we're getting there.
Yeah, we're pretty dry up here. So I'm hoping that next year you're able to make it back up and show us all how to fish.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping to come back. I've been in West Virginia since October taking care of my dad. He's a disabled veteran, and he's got a lot of stuff going on right now. So hoping to get him on the mend and get back home and competing with you guys again, because No Mercy beat all the boys.
Oh, exactly. Right. And you know what? No one puts the pressure on Justin like you do when you're on the water.
Yeah.
So I did notice you've gotten out fishing with your dad down there a few times.
Yeah, we've been trout fishing. I grew up trout fishing, and was basically the boy he never had. And then I met Justin, and he introduced me to bass fishing, and I was hooked ever since.
So all that fishing down there, you don't think it's going to negatively affect your fishing up here?
No. I've got to get back to beating Justin.
Well, that's good too. I imagine Tilly misses him.
Oh yeah, she's here. She's taking a nap right now. She's very unbothered.
I didn't think that dog slept.
No, occasionally.
Yeah. So are you hoping to get back to over the winter, or?
I'm hoping to come. Well, I'm coming back in November for a couple weeks just to visit, and then in the springtime, I'm hoping to be back and get back to fishing with you guys and all that. So fingers crossed. Excellent. Yeah. Fingers
crossed. We miss you up here in New Brunswick.
Oh, I miss you guys too. It's been like I've been living vicariously through everybody fishing, and like Justin's done so amazing this year. Like I couldn't be any more proud.
No, he's been unstoppable almost everywhere he goes.
It's unreal. Like he's just been super dedicated and into it. Like he always is anyways, but this year is a little bit extra. And like I always find that Justin struggles in competition like when I'm there because he's worried about what I'm doing. But I'm all right. I think he's just worried I'm going to beat him.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, given your history of competition with them that I've seen, I'd be worried you'd beat me too, which you consistently do.
Honestly, like he makes me better and I make him better. It's like we bounce ideas off of each other all the time, and I really credit that, like my abilities to him and learning from him and vice versa.
Yeah. Now you don't have a problem with him using your gear up here, though?
No, I heard that this morning, and I had told him, I'm like, look, like whatever you need, like get in my black pack, whatever you need of mine, take it. I don't care. I'm not there. I don't need it. We'll replace it. Take my rods, whatever. It's yours.
So what we call that is Nova Scotia collusion.
So she won't miss the rods that he put in my cart. Said, "Oh, I don't need these."
No. Oh, now that's a different story.
No, I'm just kidding. As much as he put a couple rods in my hands that were nice feeling rods, but I didn't steal your rods, Alicia, because I quite frankly, I mean, number one, I think the world of both you and Justin, and I also know that they're both avid hunters.
Yep.
So I don't need to be on the hit list.
No, stay on the good side.
Yeah, exactly. They have more guns than I do.
Yeah.
And both competitive shooters.
Yes, exactly. So. I'm going to stay on the good side because I don't need a jig upside the head, and I don't need some birdshot lodged in places where I don't need birdshot lodged.
You're safe. That's fine.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So, obviously, I wasn't able to hear you guys while you were talking, but Alicia, you've been following along steadily all weekend, I assume.
Oh, yeah, just glued to my phone.
Did you get a chance to talk to Justin last night?
Very little. We had a little chat and like discussed about maybe what he was going to do today. And he said about the spot that he thought that hadn't been fished that he had found in pre-fishing. So he was pretty excited about that. And just this morning, he was super, super nervous, and he's like, "Oh, I think I'm going to be sick." And he was just really worked up. But I was like, just do what we do and grind until the very end and just don't give up.
Yeah.
And do you happen to know what time he hit the water this morning?
I know they didn't get up until 4:00 this morning. Supposedly, they slept in a half hour.
Up until 20 minutes later than they left yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole.
They were pretty cold. I know yesterday they were looking for hot hands out around the store. So.
And they mentioned that when I got back to the motel last night, because I left here yesterday afternoon after everything was done, and drove down to Fredericton. My son's in his. Started his first year of university. So I ran down to Fredericton, picked him up, took him out for supper. And when I got back, they're like, "Oh, you went to Fredericton. We should have asked you to go get some hot paws or hot hands, whatever they're called." Yeah. I would have had no issue doing that. But boys, I'm not driving back to Fredericton now.
Yeah. Well, Renee had mentioned to me that he had some on the counter at his house.
A lot of good they were doing in there.
They're probably still there.
So... But no, so yeah, it was definitely colder this morning than it was yesterday, and the fog just held on for so long this morning. I wonder if Renee was doing squats.
Oh, possibly.
I think we need to get a video camera on that next time because I'm not quite sure how that works. How do you do, Alicia? How do you do squats on a kayak and not fall overboard?
How do you do what?
Squats. Renee said he was doing squats on his kayak yesterday to stay warm before lines in.
I don't know. That's not something that I've ever done before, I don't think.
I can't see that, at least not for me. I can't see that ending
No.
well.
No, same.
So, who do you think was more nervous this morning, you or Justin?
Oh, definitely him. But I was like, I will not lie. I slept in a little bit, but I like woke up and I was like, I just can't go back to sleep. And I checked the leaderboard and I was like, excuse me? Like he was so far ahead and I was like, what is happening? And then it was game over. I was glued to my phone. I was talking to his mom and we're just so pumped for him.
Well, I hope that his mom and all kinds of family are watching at home, and I hope everybody gets a chance to watch the live stream from the awards ceremony later today.
Yeah.
This is going to be exciting, whether it's Justin. Andrew put that idea in my head of Renee sandbagging. And that is it stuck in my head now, and I can't help but wonder if that is not coming into play.
Yeah. Now, Renee, if you watch this, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying that it's a possibility and a viable strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now every time I look over at Renee's total, because this is a long gap for Renee.
Yes,
this is a long gap between now, and he does still have a couple smaller fish, so just a half inch, a 3/4 inch upgrade. So, did Renee fish out his spots yesterday? Is he scrambling? He said yesterday morning when we interviewed him that he had a dozen spots.
Yeah,
takes a long time to cover a dozen spots in a kayak.
Oh, very much so, unless they're side by side, and then it's just one spot.
So, Alicia,
Renee and I fished. Like he came first in the Hook and Paddle Open on Mactaquac last year, and I was ahead for most of the day. And in the afternoon, he came from behind and he beat me for first place. And so he's not going to give up. He will not give up.
So what you're saying. So what you're saying is exactly what Andrew said might be exactly what is happening right now.
I don't think he would sandbag, but he is relentless. He's not going to let Justin just take it.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Oh, definitely not.
So you heard, I can't remember the gentleman's name, what I said this morning, the guy that called Justin last night and gave him a strategy tip.
About our friend Kevin. I think it was Kevin.
Yeah, that was the name. I guess Kevin fished up here at our Woodstock event for the NB Bass Tour. He fished with Reg Kendrick. And, but yeah, that would be an interesting strategy. Mm-hmm. The unique part is I saw them at the grocery store just across the way here last night. And that particular grocery store happens to have an NB Liquor Agency store in it. So maybe Justin was tempted by that strategy.
Well, he and Renee have shared drinks before. We do know that.
Oh, yeah.
So growing up in West Virginia, how do you compare? I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say worlds apart, but there's some significant differences between West Virginia and New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Mm-hmm. How do you compare the hunting and fishing opportunities you've experienced since moving to Canada to what you had growing up at home?
At home, there's a lot more deer, I find. Like, there's a lot of deer in New Brunswick, but, like, here, it's unbelievable. I've seen 22 deer in our backyard at one time here at Dad's, and he and I went on a drive the other night and we counted over 80, and we saw black bear as well, but we don't have moose or anything like that. So, and we're out of the flyway as far as like geese and ducks and stuff like that. So I really love New Brunswick, and Justin and I always joke, we're like, oh, we're gonna like move to New Brunswick one of these days, or like have a summer home up there. So we definitely are in love with New Brunswick, but West Virginia has a soft spot in my heart as well.
And it always will. And once again, Mayor Fox, if you're watching, another potential candidate, you might want to get real estate agents talking to these folks. Nakowick has some housing developments going up. There's lots being cut out all the time here. So I'm sure they would have a prime piece of real estate that they would be more than happy to set you up with.
For sure.
So, Alicia, you know our leader better than anyone right now.
Yeah.
How hard, I know Justin, and I know Justin is a competitor right till the very end.
Mm.
If he looks at that, okay, first off, what are the odds he's actually looked at the leaderboard?
Oh, he's definitely watched. Because he messaged me. He never messages ever. And like when he's doing tournaments this year, and he messaged me a couple times, and he's like, go look. And of course I'd already seen. And I'm like, go, babe, go. Like,
okay, I got Mike calling in here again. We're going to just mute you for a second, and I'm going to see who he's got with us. So just hang with us, Alicia. Mike, can you hear me? You there, Mike?
It froze. They might be down.
That video feed looks a little glitchy. I'm thinking he's in a spot with bad service. So, Mike, if you can get better service and you can hear us, give us a call back. And whoever was on the air with Mike, I apologize that we didn't get to give you a minute in the spotlight. Now I need to see well enough to get Alicia. Oh, there we go. We got Alicia unmuted. Oh, wait a minute. He's done it again.
He called us from his pocket. Oh my goodness.
Alicia, have you looked at the leaderboard in the last few seconds?
it's so tiny, I can't see it.
Your husband just upgraded again. He is now at 178.25. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. The quality of fish that he has found.
Yeah.
And I was just about to ask you, I had asked you what the odds were that he was checking the leaderboard. And I was going to ask you, even with an almost 10-inch lead, and now a more than 10-inch lead, how hard is he still grinding?
Oh, till the bitter end. He won't stop. I think like he'll cast until 2:59.
That's a full inch
over. Full inch over his smallest fish.
His smallest fish was a 17.5, and he just submitted an 18.5.
Mm-hmm.
So still pending judge's approval, but Justin's done this once or twice. So
We've done it a few times.
You've done it a few times. So,
yeah.
I guess my next question is how bad does this light your fire to get back here?
I'm pumped. Like, I wish I was there right now. Like, it's got me like riled up. Like, let's get the poles. Let's go.
Oh, and I almost guarantee you would have qualified for this. So,
so, I'm guessing the hopes are that you're back in full swing with us for next year.
For next year, we're hopeful.
So, I know you've spent a lot of time away, and cheering from a distance as you watched your husband. How much more gratifying is it when you get to kick his butt rather than just cheer for him?
Oh, I love it. And he likes it too. Like he's always like, he's my biggest cheerleader for sure.
And that's awesome. And it's awesome to see. I know in our series, in our powerboat series, the NB Bass Tour, we have a few father and son combos, and there are a couple husband and wife teams that will come out and participate. And you just love seeing it because the outdoor pursuits, I'm not just going to talk fishing. It's out, it's fishing, it's hunting. There's so much opportunity to do this stuff, as a couple, and to see you guys being this cheerleaders for each other at this level is just phenomenal. So hats off to you and Justin. I mean, I've had a chance to sit down and have a meal with you guys. And I mean, like I said before, I think the world of both of you. And to see Justin knocking on the door and not taking anything away from Renee and what could still transpire over the next 2.5 hours. But seeing Justin knocking on the door of a Team Canada berth.
Yeah.
I'm super proud.
How would this work? How would you feel, let's say if it was you And all of a sudden you, West Virginia born and raised, were looking at potentially fishing for Team Canada.
I was last year, and then Renee knocked me out.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but it's got to be a little bit of an internal struggle too, though. I mean,
it's very nerve-wracking, for sure.
So, because I mean, you were American born and raised, and as you said, West Virginia still holds a very near and dear place in your heart.
Right.
But then to put on the maple leaf and fish for Canada, that would be.
It would have been pretty awesome, but maybe next year. I'll be knocking on the door next year, hopefully.
I got a funny feeling if you know, this fellow by the name of Justin makes this trip next year, that I got a funny feeling his biggest cheerleader is probably going to go with him.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. I wouldn't miss that for the world.
So I'm looking at the leaderboard here, and I mean, our top, Justin just upgraded again. You know, but our top 5 is pretty locked in at this point in time. I mean, there's still some people that have a shot of dethroning them, obviously, but there hasn't been a lot of place shuffling in the top 5. But there's definitely still some going on further back in the leaderboard. So, folks, make sure you're checking out tourneyx.com and get the live HP Classic, Hook and Paddle Classic leaderboard. There's still fish being caught all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and all of our anglers have fish. We don't have any goose eggs. We're down to 26.
We're down to 26. So did somebody not check in? I see a name missing. I'm just not sure why it's gone. So,
or who it is.
Oh, I know who it is. I know exactly who it is, but we'll discuss that at another time off the air, because I'm not sure of the circumstances surrounding that name coming off the board. I'm thinking he just chose to voluntarily remove himself from the leaderboard. But yeah, it's Alicia, as you know, Amanda is here as the lone female participant in this event, and I know you and Amanda have become really good friends over the last little while. I've seen you come up and work the Moncton Boat and Sportsman show in the minnow tackle booth. How gratifying is it for you as a female angler to see that, you know, the ladies are still being very well represented here this weekend?
Oh, I was super excited for Amanda. I know she was kind of nervous going into it. Being the only woman, she was like, I wish you were here to fish it with me. But I couldn't be more proud of her, and she's doing amazing.
No, she absolutely is. She's had some struggles, lost a couple fish off her bump board yesterday, and everything else. And hopefully the wind noise isn't getting too bad, folks. We are getting some wind pickup. Gary Lynch might have his wish. He said he wanted the wind to turn back on.
Yep.
So, you know, that could make a couple people in front of him if they happen to hear Gary say that, if they're following the live stream at all. Oh, wait a minute. John Muzzerall must have been in a dead zone, because he sat on 75 inches all day, never moved. And now he's sitting on 155 inches in 5th place.
Oh, wow. Way to go, Jean.
So that's huge.
That is huge.
Like I said, I watched him and he sat on 75 inches. I saw him in the parking lot of the motel this morning. He said he was just going out having fun.
Yep.
And based on those numbers, I'd say he either had a lot of fun really fast.
He just submitted 3 fish.
Yep.
Just like that.
So, yeah. So say he was either in a dead zone or he was playing a little bit of the sandbagging game himself. I'm putting my odds on him being in a dead zone, because there is enough of them around here.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
So, you know, nice show there. Nice way to rocket up the leaderboard. But no, if that wind kicks up, and Gary's right that his bite requires the wind to turn back on, if I'm in those 3 or 4 spots right in front of Gary, I might start getting a little nervous.
Anytime you're sitting in front of Gary, you're nervous.
Alicia laughs. I think that was a laugh of acknowledgement that she's been in that situation before.
Gary hammers down. He never lets up either. He's always a threat.
So, and that's one of the things I will say I love about this particular format. all done through the Tourney X app, is you can literally grind till that last second.
Yeah.
You can fish right up until 3 p.m. as long as you can submit your catch by
3 p.m.
2:59 and 59 seconds,
Yep.
I assume. You're good to go. Where if you're in a traditional powerboat format, if you're an hour away from weigh-in, you stop fishing at 2 o'clock and you have to make that hour's run back. I mean, from the Mactaquac Arm to Woodstock, if there was any boats come down through here today, that's a 60-mile stretch of water or close to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a run. And when you have to change, everyone says, oh, well, some of these boats will run 70, 80 miles an hour. Yeah. They have to slow down when they see kayaks. They have to slow down when they see jet skis and other pleasure boats. There's things
no wake zones.
No wake zones. You can't guarantee that you get to run wide open throttle from where you leave to where you're going. So all of these factors play in. So now instead of having to leave at 2 o'clock to be at weigh-in for 3, maybe you have to leave at 1:30. So it's a strategy for them as well. But in this format, these guys can get on the water basically whenever they want, and they fish until the last
deadline.
gun is fired. So if you are that guy that's trying to claw their way up the leaderboard, you got as much, you have every available second to do it. You're not sacrificing your fishing time to looks like we've had some movement. Joseph Boilly from Quebec has moved up. I just saw that at the last second as it scrolled off the screen. He was sitting, I don't think he had submitted any fish earlier in the day. He's up to 127.5 inches.
Yep.
And so we're still seeing some movement. And like I said, there's still anglers that can charge back up into that top 5. I mean, Ben's had a slower day. He was 4th after day 1. He's sitting 16th today. Currently. Yeah, there's guys that have moved down. The Hubert, Moffat, he was up in that 5-6 range after day 1. He's showing down in 22nd, I believe it is at the moment. So there's still room to move, and there's still guys that have the ability to do it. I'm guessing they're sitting on 2 or 3 fish. So, Alicia, you fished this area before, or have you only fished down in Mactaquac?
I fished Nakawik, and I actually won. I won 2nd place in the multi-species there in 23. And the way I won 2nd place is I caught the elusive pickerel, and Andrew Burt actually was there and saw me catch it.
Yep.
That's right. Andrew mentioned that earlier, and chain pickerel are very elusive around here.
Right.
Yeah, because the night before I was like, okay, so am I going to be able to expect to catch a pickerel? And Renee and them were like, no, like they're not really there. And I was like, okay. And then I reeled in like a 20 some odd inch pickerel, and Andrew, and I think it was I can't remember, Dylan Wood, I think, came by, and I was like, what the heck is happening? But I love Nakawik, like, and the amount of big bass there, oh my gosh, like bass fisherman's dream.
Mm-hmm.
It really is an amazing fishery. And I think whatever coordinates you had to the big bass, you definitely passed those on to your husband this morning, because he's definitely found them today. You said or mentioned earlier that you've been talking to his mom a little bit. Is his family watching along at home as well, or?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, his mom for sure. I'm sure his dad's probably there too, but definitely his mom. Like, we've been talking back and forth a little bit.
Well, if they're watching, we want to say hello to all of Justin's family that's tuned in. We want to say hello to everybody at home that's that's supporting these anglers, because let's face it, I mean, in your case, you compete as well. But for me, I'm blessed with a wife who follows me around and helps me organize and run tournaments, as stressful and chaotic as that can be. So hello to my lovely wife at home. We all need that support structure, because without support at home, this sport can chew you up and spit you out.
Oh, very much so, because a bad day on the water often translate to a grumpy mood at home. And and we all know how that goes. So...
Well, and we also have to put up, our spouses when we are away for these events.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Mike calling in again. So Alicia, just to save on feedback, I'm going to mute you again, and I'm going to bring Mike in. And then I got to find my mouse and get Mike on the right part of the screen. Mike, can you hear us?
We can hear you. She's really doing you guys a solid, filling all that airtime.
Oh, God love her. I love having her on, and it definitely helps. No offense, Andrew, but it's nice to have someone else to talk to.
Yeah, no, I understand completely.
So, who do you have with us this time, Mike?
This is Corey Hodgson from Nova Scotia. Hobson, sorry, from Nova Scotia.
Was Corey telling you the tale of the start to his day?
He was a little late to get started, is what he told us. Yeah, that's right.
He was a little late to get started. We talked about him a bit earlier. Corey, have you found some fish so far, or he's a little far off, isn't he, Mike?
He's a little far off. He said he's got a couple bites, but he hasn't landed anything in his bag yet.
Okay, well, that's just checking that. But yeah, Corey was a little late getting started. He took off here behind us. Oh, it was just before we came back on the air at 11 o'clock.
He was just avoiding the fog and the cold, so he's a smart guy.
He's really not, a bad idea. I mean, I think we probably would have been in trouble if we had done that this morning, but my hands would have thanked me.
Oh, definitely.
So
while we look at him, I just wanted to mention when I tried to call in earlier, it was Matthew De Silva. He's way up the stream. He's got his bag. He has an 18 1/4, and he's having the time of his life. He was telling us so.
Well, and that's what
him.
No, and that's great. I mean, he's up there in the top 10, sitting in 9th place. So, and both of our birthday boys are inside the top 10. One in 1st, one in 10th. I won't single anyone out. They're both having their birthday. So happy birthday to the two guys sitting in the top 10 right now. We've already said who's who, but no, this is awesome to get all this coverage. And I can't thank you enough, Mike and Ryan Thompson, that's there with you, for being here and helping us out this weekend and getting us this footage and letting these anglers, letting the folks at home, see their loved ones actually doing what they do and doing what they love to do.
That's right. I got a question for you, Alicia.
Let me get her unmuted here. Go for it.
Does your husband normally fish on the move, or does he fish in his holes?
He is the most stubborn fisherman I've known and will sit in a spot the entire day. But I'm a run and gun. But he, God love him, he's the most patient person I've ever seen. I can't sit like he does.
Well, he was telling us a little bit of insider info, so I hope the fishermen aren't listening. But he was saying he's running and gunning today, and 2 of his 18s and 1 of his 19s was in the same hole.
Unreal.
That's not a bad spot to sit down on in the morning, is it?
No. Definitely not.
So he's running and gunning today. So he's trying something new, and it seems to be working out.
I always tell him WWAD. What would Alicia do? So maybe that's his plan today.
It sounds like a slogan for a T-shirt.
He needs that across the back collar of his jersey next year, Alicia.
So you're always breathing down his neck.
Yeah, exactly.
I do my best.
So, well, Mike, thank you very much for jumping in there with some more on the water footage, and hopefully Corey's able to pin a few before the day's over. And we'll let you guys continue roaming around and enjoying the sunshine. And don't let Ryan dig that musky gear out just yet. We still need you guys for a little while yet.
Sounds great, guys. Take care.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Mike. Okay, so we got things sorted out. That feed, there wasn't really any feedback when we unmuted you this time, Alicia. So hopefully things are sorted out that we can keep you. I don't like muting your mic, so I'm just looking to see if I see any major changes. Nothing too significant just yet by the look of it. So
I know you guys don't want to talk to me the entire time. Do you mind if I give a few shout outs?
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay, so I had it all written down because I was like, I'll never remember all of this. I just wanted to shout out to Brian Cothra for all of his hard work and dedication to the series, all the volunteers for this event, the communities for their amazing continued support, Renee and his family for always being so welcoming to us and to their homes, My in-laws. Oh no, are we here?
We can still hear you. We lost your video, but we still hear you.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Anyways, can you hear me?
You're sideways now, but we can still see you and hear you. You're just sideways.
Weird. Looks fine on my end. That's weird. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
I just want to say my in-laws for their support and taking care of my chickens while Justin's gone. I wanted to say thank you to our sponsors, Zale Outdoors, Livingston Lures, Fish Lab, NXS, Costa, Okuma, and 74th Element Tungsten. And I also just wanted to say happy birthday to Justin. Welcome to the 40 and Up Club. And I love you, and I'm so proud of you.
You mean he's just turning 40?
Yes.
Oh, I feel old now. I mean,
I'll be 42 on Tuesday.
That doesn't help.
No.
I still feel very old.
Well, happy early birthday to you, Alicia.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us. And we don't want to tie you up for the entire day. We probably should actually take a closer look at this leaderboard and do our job, I guess you could say. Not that we haven't been.
Thank you so much for having me on.
It's been a lot of fun, and I mean, I know you're going to be watching. I know you're going to be cheering along for the rest of the day watching the leaderboard, and I know from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Atlantic is going to drive you crazy.
Oh, bananas. Yeah, I can't wait for it to be over with. I hope the lead sticks.
Well, Renee has closed the gap a little bit. He's up to 170.5, so he did just get an upgrade in there.
All right.
So,
we'll see how it goes.
The weather's warmed up. It's beautiful out, so maybe Renee's got something tucked away for a mid-afternoon bite.
Maybe he was waiting for Jerry's wind too.
He might have been waiting for that wind too. So, but once again, Alicia, thank you so much for joining us. We love talking to you. Can't wait to see you here in person next year, so you can come up here and show all these guys how to kick your husband's butt. I think you still have your audio. No, you're still there. Or she's gone.
Oh, she's gone.
So we've lost Alicia, but I'm sure she can still hear us. Thank you so much, Alicia, for being here with us today. We really, really do appreciate it. And Alicia's at home with her family in West Virginia. I'm trying to see the bottom of this screen so I can get this leaderboard situated properly. So Renee did make a little upgrade.
Yeah, he moved to that 14 off.
Yep. So,
or I guess no, the last one was 15.
There was a 15, but it's moved off. But the thing is, for every fish you move off, and this is the same whether you're doing it by length or by weight, every fish you move off, the next one has to be that much bigger again to see that next step of progress.
It becomes harder and harder and harder the further you go.
Absolutely. The tighter that gap gets, the bigger your bag gets, the harder it is to increase that size. That's why we said Renee has a better odds of closing the gap than Justin has of lengthening it. And then Justin turned around and proved us wrong once or twice and actually lengthened that gap. But now we see Renee starting to make some small movements and upgrading to get that little bit closer. So
sure.
This last hour, that blackout hour, is going to be critical. Wait a minute. Renee has upgraded again to 172.
He closed that gap.
He's down to 6 inches, less than 6 inches. He's down to 5.5 inches. That gap, Alicia's now sitting in West Virginia, just chewing her nails. And, but yeah, that gap went from over 10 inches now.
Over 10 to 3.5.
What are we at?
Let me go back to the
total.
To 5.5.
Yeah. So 5.5 inches.
He cut the lead in half.
He basically cut the lead in half. I think it was 10 1/4, something like that. Yeah. But he basically cut the lead in half. Oh, we got Mike calling in again. And then we do have another guest here in person that's going to be joining us shortly. Mike, how are you now?
I'm good. I'm with Brian Cothra.
Brian.
Hello.
First question, is your phone dry?
The phone turned back on last night, so that's good news.
Okay.
Is Alicia still on, or is she off now?
No, we lost Alicia there. We're not sure what happened, but we were just in the process of thanking her for joining us, and she fell off. So we probably occupied enough of her time, and now she's probably at home in West Virginia getting all wound up because in the last 10 minutes or 5 minutes, Renee just cut the gap in half between him and Justin. So
it's pretty close between those two today. I mean, Peter started off pretty hot, and then
Peter started out of the.
And then I saw Justin take a big lead. I saw Renee. I saw him early this morning too. He already had 4 fish, like in the first hour. So I'm sure he's grinding it right now. But I would be worried about Gary Lynch if I was anybody. He's in the top 5 still, coming around that way.
Well, we were talking about Gary, but John Muzzerall just jumped up into the top 5 out of nowhere.
Oh, Muzzy, yeah, I was with him this morning. First thing in all the fog, he popped up on me. I couldn't even see him 50 yards away from me. He left so quick.
Well, you probably should have stayed with him because he found some good fish and he took a pretty good jump up that leaderboard.
Oh, I've been catching fish. I just haven't put anything on the leaderboard today. I'm waiting for that lunker. I just want to put one fish on if I'm going to put any fish so I can try and beat Gales.
What you're saying is you didn't learn your lesson yesterday.
What do you say?
You did not learn your lesson yesterday. That's right. He's holding his fish. Maybe. Or maybe he just hasn't caught any. He's just telling us he did just to save face. Could be. Oh, he says he does have pictures and his phone does work.
Okay. So, Brian, I know we're going to have a chance to talk later. You'll be talking at the awards, but how are you feeling about the event that you were instrumental in putting together?
I'm feeling that I'm not going to do it in September next time I do this. I think I learned a lesson. It's too cold in the morning for kayaks, I'll tell you. Start at 8 a.m. I've heard a lot of good feedback about the webcast, so I'm excited to watch the webcast afterwards and see what we can learn if we're going to do this again. The interviews, the host. I'm sure people have lots of opinions about these hosts that are talking right now. But it's been fun to see the anglers come from the different provinces here. Nakawik's always a great host. There's fish everywhere. So yeah, I mean, it'd be fun to explore other places in New Brunswick as well doing this. I know somebody already asked me, why don't I do this every single tournament for Hook and Paddle? And it's because we don't have gems like Ryan Thompson and Mike Mark behind the camera. I don't have that many volunteers that don't want to fish. So it's not going to happen full-time thing here, but it's awesome to see. It's awesome to watch. Feedback's great, and it's been nice to see and have all these volunteers helping us out.
I think we can negotiate our pay. I mean, it's a debate.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
I heard there's some lots here in Nakawik that people are interested in. Maybe we can get one of that for pay.
That's right.
It was funny, Brian. I don't know if the folks at home, you're up on the bigger image on the screen, but I think folks at home might have just seen Andrew and I looking around because through your audio, we heard a dog bark, but then we also heard that same dog bark coming from our left, coming across the water. And we were able to turn around and realize that we can actually see you from where we're at.
Yeah, we're just on the other side of the river.
Yeah. So it was the dog bark that gave you away. So Brian, if you catch big fish on camera, we're going to know exactly where you are.
Good. All right.
He's fine with that.
But he's okay with that. That's good. I'm going to take another quick peek over at the leaderboard. Our next guest, Pat Olson from Fredericton Capital Region Tourism, is here. So we're going to let you guys go. We're going to get a chair situated and get Pat up here and get him comfortable. Brian, good luck for the rest of the afternoon. We got an hour to go, a little over an hour to go before the leaderboard goes dark. So good luck and go find you that lunker.
All right, boys. We'll see you at the awards. Thanks for hosting.
Come on in.
Thanks,
Yep,
Brian. Thanks again, Mike.
No worries. Take care, guys.
Your center screen.
Hi, Pat. I don't know if
Andrew. I don't think we've met yet.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Pat, come on in here. We'll shuffle things around. Good to see you, my
man.
friend.
How you
Grab
doing?
a seat. Oh, we're live. You're coming in here live. So
Okay.
let's start if I push the right button here.
Tight little leaderboard, is it?
Oh yeah.
It's been real tight, so I gotta click the right button. There may have been a reason why I chose that ad to play, folks. Joining us now is Pat Olson from Fredericton Capital Region Tourism. Pat, first off, welcome to the Hook and Paddle Classic. That looks like a bass boat from upriver that's making a scream and run downriver right there. Hopefully all of our kayakers are prepared for the wake that they are about to receive. So yeah, first off, Pat, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Donald.
Appreciate you being here. Pat, you and I have worked together quite a bit over the last little bit between the Pan Ams last year, the NB Bass Tour event coming up in Fredericton here in a couple weeks, and also conversations in preparation for this weekend. So obviously Destination Nakoik is not the city of Fredericton, but it's the Fredericton Capital Region. So do you want to explain to folks at home a little bit about what area that encompasses?
Yeah, for sure, Donald. So a few years ago, Fredericton Tourism expanded to a regional destination. So we're now Fredericton Capital Region Tourism. So it's not just Fredericton that we partner and support. It's other communities, like Nakoik, Mactaquac, Crab Mountain area, Stanley. So a much bigger area that we're looking at trying to, promote tourism.
Okay, so I know I'm pretty sure you live in the Fredericton area yourself.
Correct. Yeah.
So how much of a learning curve, I guess, was it for you to get outside of the Fredericton bubble and look at these outlying areas to figure out how to help promote them?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely a learning curve in a way. But, there was a lot of conversations, leading up to these decisions where we knew it would be a good reciprocal agreement and partnership. For example, Nakoik, they have some beautiful assets here with their marina, with their fisheries, big axe. So why not work with them, to try to push people from Fredericton, out in our region. It took me not even 40 minutes to get here today, and also a beautiful drive. So yeah, and then the same thing too, when, for example, the Pan Ams last year, Nakoik was positioned better to host an event that size. But it was also good for Fredericton because the anglers stayed, at the Delta in Fredericton, but they were still coming out here to fish. So it was, it's a good partnership, and it promotes tourism, not just in Fredericton, but Nakoik, rather the Fredericton Capital Region as a whole.
Absolutely. I mean, I know we had some of those guys from the Pan Ams last year. Like you said, we all stayed at the Delta, which was a phenomenal host hotel. Boat parking aside, not the best location for that. We had some challenges, but we made it work. And we have like Ryan Thompson's here this weekend. He was a boat marshal, a volunteer for the Pan Ams last year. And we have guys who were exposed to Fredericton, exposed to Nakoik through that Pan Am event, and they are looking at coming back for future events. We've had guys say they were bringing their families back on trips for just straight tourism. Right. Not to compete, not to participate. So I guess that kind of leads how critical are community-based events like this to the overall picture of tourism for the region. Because you can have big events that make a big splash, but they may not snowball into additional tourism outside of that weekend. Community-based events like this, smaller events that get people on the water, get people interacting with our local resources. How much of a snowball effect is there for them in generating new business?
Yeah, no, good question, Donald. I think it comes down to just, when we look at fishing, whether it's tournament or recreational or, just people getting out on the weekends, it's just about establishing in building our fishing brand in the Fredericton Capital Region. So, it's whether it's, like I said, an international tournament that's bringing people in around the world, or smaller community events. We're highlighting the resource we have, our beautiful waterways, rivers, lakes, and also, promoting tournament fishing. So they're all great events to have, big or small. We're all kind of looking at the end goal, and that's, like I said, to promote fishing, to promote our waterways, get people out, and then, at the end of the day, is trying to bring more people to our region, to take part in this beautiful fishery.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it. I know you like your fly rods.
Yeah.
So you've spent a large portion of your life kind of targeting salmon and trout, and that's been your world on fishing. What was your introduction to the bass fishing world or the multi-species kayak fishing world? What was to what we're witnessing here this weekend and at the other events that have kind of built around the St. John River in the Capital Region?
Yeah, no, definitely. So I did grow up, fishing a lot of trout and salmon, usually traveling north to the Miramichi area. We have a camp in the Dungarvan, so that's where I spent most of my fishing time growing up. I did spend some time around the Nashwauk bass fishing, which I loved. It's whether it's any type of fish, I just, I love targeting them. So, but it wasn't until probably, I'd say 3 or 4 years ago, where I really realized that, I don't need to drive an hour and a half, 2.5 hours away, to have a guide and get a cabin. Like, I can do all this right in my backyard, like literally right in my backyard. And it's not just bass fishing. Like, people say, oh, well, it's just bass and chub. But, you look at people now that are so involved in muskie fishing. Sturgeon is huge, the striped bass. So it's not just, one targeted fish like the salmon or the trout, but it's a multi-species. And I think that's a big sell for our region. And I think that's a good way that we can position ourselves. It's something for everyone. Like, hook and paddle, how many categories were there this year that day?
The 2 different series of events. They have their multi-species and their bass.
Yeah.
But you said 16
eligible species
in the multi-species events.
There's not a lot of places around that you can go and hook into all those species in one day.
Absolutely not. I mean, Andrew says, I think the best day for him hook and paddle wise is like 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nine species in a single
and
day.
That's just one location. But I mean, some anglers have been 11, 12.
I think my best entire season multi-species was the year that we had the opportunity to film the Fish East TV show. And I think I had 15 or 16 species for an entire season between 2 provinces.
Yeah.
So the fact that you can settle into one body of water, one zone, and technically target 16 species, and it's somewhat mind-blowing when you compare it to a lot of other jurisdictions in Canada and outside. And the fact that you go to a lake and it's got largemouth and striped bass in a landlocked lake. I mean, obviously they're stock striper. We've got Mike coming in. So Pat, we might get to see some on the water action if I can find the right button to push. Mike, how are we now?
We're good. I'm with Amanda Metz, and she tells me she's got 5 in the bag, but she's still looking for the big ones.
Well, I mean, everybody's looking for the big ones. So, Amanda, good timing. We're here with Pat Olson right now from your backyard in the city of Fredericton.
How you doing, Amanda?
She might not be able to hear us.
I don't know if she can
She
hear
says
us or
hello.
not.
She can hear you just faintly.
Okay. Okay. So, Amanda, we were talking about her a little while ago when we had Alicia on, being the only female competitor. And Andrew, I can't see that leaderboard at all right now. If you can give us an idea how Amanda's day is going. I mean, having 5 is step number 1, obviously.
Amanda's sitting in 13th with 126 inches.
126 inches, knocking on the top 10. And she's got it in her.
Definitely.
Plenty of time left, 2 hours of fishing left to go.
She's usually always pretty handy to the top of the leaderboard when any tournament that they have. So
she makes some progress for sure. I'm just trying to see. I can't, like say, with the
14,
angle.
About 14 points out of top 10.
Okay. And while we're talking about it, any movement on the Renee Justin gap?
Nope. Well, no.
Still holding around that 5-inch mark.
Yeah.
So, Amanda, I don't know if you can hear me or not. You want to, if you can, you want to give us a quick impression of the weekend and how everything has gone for you and just the event in general?
Oh, it's been a fantastic event. I mean, Brian always does a great job with all hook and paddle, but like Destination Aquatic, Mayor Tim Fox, I mean, he was there right Friday night. He's been here every morning opening up everything for us. It's just been amazing. There's no better launch in New Brunswick than Destination Aquatic. So, I mean, the fishing's been good. It's a little tough right now, but that's how she goes. If it was easy, it'd be called catching, not fishing.
I think we've heard that statement once or twice before, and it's the truth. So, Amanda, thank you very much for being here. And Alicia was saying she's been cheering for you and that you're doing lady competitors proud. So hold your head high. And, when you come in off the water today, know that top of the leaderboard, middle of the pack, wherever you finish, your weekend has been a success.
Sounds good. Thank
Good
you.
luck, Amanda. Go get them.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Mike.
No problem, guys. You take care.
We'll talk to you soon. So, love seeing, getting to check in with Amanda. And, our check-ins from on the water have been phenomenal. Ryan and Mike have done a great job today. Mike and Greg yesterday, sorry, I almost sneezed. Mike and Greg yesterday, I think Mike was happy to see Ryan here with a boat today. Those guys put some miles on yesterday. They covered a phenomenal amount of water in some pretty dirty conditions in the afternoon. So Andrew and I, we sat here complaining about being cold. The real heroes of this broadcast yesterday were Greg and Mike.
Yeah, the on the water correspondents worked so much harder than I did.
I'm still going to complain that it was too cold, and we've requested warmer temperatures for next year, but Greg McFarland says he can't control the weather. So back to what we were talking about, Pat, as far as the economic side of things and tourism, and I know the city of Fredericton's got some plans in the works for their waterfront, and where do you see this going in the future? As far as we have a world-class fishery. Destination Aquatic has put together, as far as I'm concerned, a world-class facility. And I know the city of Fredericton's got some pretty big plans that are going to be really significant. And I don't want to talk too much about what little bit I know, which, folks, isn't a lot, to give away anything there. But where do you see this going in the future? What kind of events can you see, and how much bigger do you think this can get?
Yeah, well, Donald, I think the sky's the limit. I just look in the last couple of years of what Fredericton Capital Region has done. I shouldn't say what we have done. It's our partners, whether it's Hook and Paddle, MB Bass Tour, MBSFA, Destination Aquatic, but just working together for that common goal. We all seem to be on the same page. I do want to mention Chris Buckingham too from the province.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's very passionate. But yeah, we're all on the same page, and it's like I said, I can't say it enough, but it's just continuing to build that fishing brand. But again, tournaments are a great way to do it. Improving our infrastructure is going to be another way. And I want to focus too that, you mentioned the people coming down last year for a tournament, but then they're looking at maybe coming back to vacation, but still fish. So that's important too, right? Because people can come to Fredericton Capital Region for a week, and then, I guess I'm going to decide to go out on the water for a day and look at maybe getting a guide, or maybe they're bringing their kayaks or boats with them.
Yep.
So they can go out, fish for the morning, the afternoon, be off the river, and catching a concert at Officer Square, or going down and having a bite to eat and a cold beer at Big Axe. It's a good experience. It's not just all about the fishing.
Nope.
But you can come for the fishing and still take advantage of all the other attractions, that the region has to offer. But in terms of looking ahead, it's continuing to grow these annual tournaments. So whether it's Hook and Paddle series, like I know Brian sent me an update there a few weeks ago, he was up over, I'm not sure right off the top of my head how many competitors, but much more than last year. Continuing to grow MB Bass Tours events.
Yep.
Year one, we're hoping for 50, 60 maybe.
That's our goal.
Yeah. Continuing to grow events. And then also, I think there's a little conversation that there's an opportunity to host the Pan American Kayak Championships next year. So, and I think just doing what we're doing here this weekend, having the live stream and the buy-in from Destination Nakawik and, us promoting the events. And I think that will strengthen our chances, to bring in some of these other bigger events.
Well, that's just it. I mean, I know Canada's slated to host the Kayak Pan Am next year. Somewhere down the road, it's going to be our turn to host the Worlds, whether it be on the kayak side or the powerboat side.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, our province, our area is a viable location for those events. And I think we proved it last year with the Pan Ams. I mean, that event showed out in grand style. We had a phenomenal event here. It's hard to believe it's been a year already.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to see the community from a promoter, an event promoter and organizer's point of view, like myself and Brian and all the other people behind the scenes, to see the communities, whether it be you with the Capital Region group or the Destination Nakawik group or the town of Woodstock, and everybody in the town council and the mayor up there that has gotten involved and recognized that we have something special here.
Yeah.
I wrote an article a few years ago for the Fish East website at the time, and I talked about New Brunswick as a fishing destination. And I actually, in that point, I centered it as Fredericton being kind of the hub for if you were coming to New Brunswick on a fishing vacation, because from Fredericton, you were a reasonable driving distance from anything you could want to do. Big stripers and sturgeon in the Kennebecasis and St. John system, whether it be Fredericton, Woodstock, Nakawik, this region, or up to Perth for smallmouth, muskie, largemouth.
Yep.
The drive to the Miramichi for big stripers, salmon. There is so much to offer. And let's face it, New Brunswick's not a big province.
Right.
No.
So you can come here and do a lot.
Right.
And do it all within a reasonable driving distance.
Yep.
And I think it's interesting too, just listening to you talk about that. It's something for everyone too. Like if you want to come and fish, the Striper Cup, big tournaments or MB Bass Tour, that's great. But it's also too, if someone's, staying at Hart Island and they just want to bring their kayaks and go out and just kind of more recreationally fish too, right? So there's something for everyone.
And when you're at Hart's Island, you say, go put in there. The water's shallow. You don't have a lot of open zone right there because upriver you hit the boundary pretty quick. But I literally, right in front of the Hart's Island campground, have on film on one of our shows, muskie being caught.
Mm-hmm.
So you literally put in there with a kayak, and the next thing you know, you're getting drugged downstream by a muskie. So it's so diverse and so widespread.
Yep.
Andrew's been casting here this morning because we saw muskie rolling here yesterday.
Wow.
Ryan was down on the dock earlier and he saw a big bass scoot off. Like you literally could fish from shore right here and catch multiple species. So Pat, anything special in the works? Anything on the, I'm not putting no pressure, but anything on the Fredericton waterfront that you can share? Anything new coming up?
Hopefully here, in the next month or so, we're going to be putting out our a paddling website.
Okay.
So basically, it's going to be all the Willistook watershed, all the rivers, all the lakes, that you can canoe, kayak, paddle in, but kind of like a map. So when people come to Fredericton, they can go to this webpage and they know exactly where the takeouts are, where the pullouts are, potentially what to fish. So I think that's going to be very, very helpful for people coming in. And then, I know we talked a bit before, but, hopefully down the road, we do see the improvements with motorized boat launch.
Yep.
I know we get by with Carlton Park. There has been some, minor adjustments made to make it maybe a little better. But yeah, hopefully down the road, we have more of a motorized boat launch. that can allow us to grow and bring in more tournaments as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't send a shout out. You and I had a meeting just a week ago with our friends from the Capital City Boat Club.
Yeah.
They are engaging in the tournament world as well and recognizing. Do we have more coffee angels?
We have
I'm
more
never going to
coffee
sleep
angels.
tonight. Thank you so much to our coffee angels. I'm going to be sitting home because I probably am way more coffee in than I normally am on a Sunday, but I can live with that today because my toes are still cold. So
I was just thinking that.
yeah, the rest of me's warmed up pretty good, but my toes are under the table in the shade, so they're still cold. So no, our friends at the Capital City Boat Club, they're even, investing in the tournament world and helping us out with. I know this is about Hook and Paddle, but they're helping us out with our NB Bass Tour event here in a couple of weeks.
And I think that goes back to what you said, Donald, about community involvement.
Yep.
I believe this is the first time where we've used that area, as a weigh-in station.
It is, to my knowledge.
But it's I think it's a good location. It's right downtown, right on the walking trail. So people are going to be walking by and say, "Oh, geez, what are all these boats and what's going on?" We're going to want to encourage the community to come down and be a part of it.
Absolutely.
Say, "Geez, I didn't know Fredericton was going to be having these tournaments right downtown." So really looking forward to it. It's great to have that partnership with the Regent Street Wharf to allow us to use the docks. I'm really excited about that.
I'm excited about that too. That's phenomenal to have access to that dock space, because one of the struggles we've always had with tournaments is our anglers have to find a spot to beach their boats or somewhere to tie up, and there's always limited space. Well, we're going to have access to way more space than we need, so literally all of our anglers will be able to tie up and come check out the final weigh-in and awards. Mike's calling back in. Let's see what he has to say. Mike, how are you now?
We are doing good, fellas. So we found Justin almost where we left him a couple hours ago. So he's not moving anymore.
So the running and gunning that you told Alicia he was doing, that's done.
Yeah, I've been lying to his wife, that's for sure.
Well, it's better you lying to his wife than him lying to his wife. So I guess we'll take that as a win. So how is the birthday, or one of our two birthday boys, how's he feeling at this point with less than 2 hours left in his day?
I've had an amazing day, but I'm not comfortable.
You look comfortable.
Well, there's too many. Like, Renee's gonna fight to the end. If there's anybody I could be up against, I mean, me and him's been such good friends and stuff, and it's a pleasure to. If it comes down to me and him, if it doesn't, well, so be it. But it is what it is at this point.
So I'm sure Alicia is watching right now, and she said your mom's been watching too. Justin, do you want to say hi to any family, friends, loved ones?
Yes, just everyone. I'm just thankful for everything. Just thankful for the opportunity to be here. That was my goal this summer, was to make the Classic, and to be sitting in this position right now. I mean, it's a little overwhelming at times when you stop and think about it.
Well, you deserve to be here. You've earned every minute of it, my friend. Fishing for Team Canada and earning that spot on your 40th birthday. What would that mean to you?
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be literally the icing on the cake.
Sorry, we didn't get you a cake, so you'll have to put up with, have to deal with, well, unless somebody else did. I know I didn't.
Well, maybe we'll get a Timbit on the way home or something.
There you go. We'll get you a Timbit and stick a candle in it. Justin, you have had a phenomenal day. Your total for the day is up in excess of 90 inches for today alone. 93, I think, the last time we looked, and you may have upgraded since then.
I think it's 94 now.
94 inches for the day. To the best of Andrew's recollection, this is the highest single day total for bass he has witnessed. So yeah, that's when we talked last night, and you said it was kind of a swing for the fences type situation. I think you connected, my friend.
Well, it's looking that way, because I just landed a 17.5 15 minutes ago, and it's no good. It's
a terrible problem to have. I'm sure everybody's going to go back and watch this later on and say, "Oh yeah, we had that problem too." And no,
no, I just between like the pre-fish that I had. The fish are set up more like the pre-fish. So with the weather being today similar to the pre-fish, temperatures a little colder, but just kind of putting that pattern together that I was able to pre-fish the other week when I was here in the tent. And that's why I haven't been moving, because I know what it can produce and I know what's here.
Aren't you glad you weren't sleeping in the tent the last couple mornings?
Well, it did go down to 4 degrees the night I was in the tent. I will say that.
Yeah, well, 4 is still warmer than 0.
Yes. Yeah.
So, Justin, I know you're not going to let off the gas the rest of the way between now. You're going to fish right till 3 p.m. We don't want to take away your time and distract you from the mission you've got in front of you. So, go get them, my friend. Keep the hammer down. Get some more. Throw some more 17.5s away so you can come in and aggravate everybody else that wasn't finding the big fish and tell them how many big fish that you called out today.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the first fish I caught this morning was tagged.
We haven't been looking at the pictures specifically, but you caught a tagged fish today. We will make sure that the appropriate people are notified. You didn't happen to record the tag number or have a picture of it, do you?
I got the tag number. I actually caught 2 tagged fish pre-fishing, so that's my third tagged fish here.
Okay, so that's good to know, and we will make sure that we get those tag numbers, or we give you the right contact information so you can notify the appropriate people of the tagged fish.
Yes, that's definitely valuable information.
Absolutely. It's the information that our friends like from the Acadia University and the different organizations that do the tagging, they really help give us a lot of information about the health of our fishery and what we can do to make it better and how overall it's doing. So,
I mean, we've seen it last fall in the Pan Am Games. It's a phenomenal fishery here.
Oh, it absolutely is. And we need to make sure that we manage it properly and we protect this resource, but we also find the balance between protection and promotion.
Exactly. Yeah. Definitely looking forward to seeing the direction of the fishery going up here. The towns are so welcoming. I mean, it's. I was fishing this morning along, and I don't know. I presume he owns land there. He had a camper, and he asked what time the awards was going to be because he's seen me fishing and wanted to come see the awards.
Nice.
Very
awesome.
Nice.
So hopefully we get some community turnout for the awards at the Lions Club later this afternoon.
Yeah, and that's what I told him. I said it would be over at the Lions Club.
No, that's awesome. Justin, you and your wife both are phenomenal ambassadors for our sport. And the only thing I can say is I can't wait till next year because she says she's going to come and teach these guys how to kick your butt.
Why do you think I'm able to fish good this year? So I don't have to worry about
her. So you go get them, man. You've got just a little over an hour and a half left in your day. You got about 37 minutes before the leaderboard goes dark. So you keep hammering on them the rest of the afternoon. We're going to jump off and let you guys go and finish our conversation with Pat because we do have another guest joining us 30. So once again, thank you, Justin. Good luck to the rest of the way, man. You're in the home stretch.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Thanks
a lot, guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys.
So catching 17.5-inch fish
and throwing it back
them back. Yeah, that's not going to make anyone sick to hear that later on today.
No.
So now, Pat, we do have another guest joining us here shortly. You're more than welcome to stay on with us because it is someone that you are familiar with. Brent Valère from Canada Bass CISA will be joining us. Richard Offerman, I believe his name is the kayak representative for Canada Bass or for CISA. Richard's away on vacation and unavailable. Brent is actually the president of CISA.
Yep.
So he's scheduled to give us a call around 12:30 Eastern time. He's in Ontario, which is 1:30 our time. So here in the next few minutes, Brent should be calling in. And we'll have a chat with him. Like I said, you're more than welcome to stay on with us. We've only got a little over a half hour left in our stream. So before Brent calls in, has there been any change in that leaderboard towards the top? Has Renee closed that gap, or is he still?
He's still 5 and a bit.
So everybody's it looks like we've kind of settled down. I'm not going to say that the bite has gone slow, but the bite has definitely changed.
And we are closing in on the hour that people can submit their fish and nobody know about it.
Well, and that's the other part is the sandbagging option.
Yes.
Okay.
So guys that want to make that jump up the leaderboard in dramatic fashion, with the powerboat events, guys do it by just holding back in the weigh-in line.
Right.
And they show up last and weigh in last, and all of a sudden there's this great big weight thrown up on the board. For these guys, it's all about their little electronic friend.
Yeah.
And it works until you drop your little electronic friend in the river and it gets wet and you can't submit your pictures. So there is a gamble. But there's also a gamble when guys do it from the boating side. If they decide to come back late, and they break down, the rest of the competition's already ahead of them. There's nobody to stop and tow them in, or nobody to stop and help them bring their fish in. So sandbagging has its risks no matter what sport you're in.
And the longer the fish is in the live well, the more risk to the fish.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Right. So this has been a phenomenal weekend. Once again, I want to send thank you out to the Fredericton Capital Region Tourism Group, to Destination Nakawik, to all the sponsors, supporters, and everybody that's made this possible.
Big shout out to Brian too with Hook and Paddle.
Brian's a machine.
He really is. And a big shout out to Brian's wife for allowing him to use their basement to store our prizes. I know he's brought it up in the past, but generally he gets all of the prizes before the season even starts, and there's a lot of prizes from a lot of the sponsors. And she has to be a very forgiving woman to lose an entire room.
And we talked about that earlier, and the support from our spouses, and how that is critical to doing this.
And that's just on top of getting ready for fishing season.
Exactly.
Well, she probably loses a room in her basement.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, space in either the house or the garage for all his fishing gear, kayaks. I mean, how many? He has his own rig, plus a couple others.
Plus 2, sometimes 3 others for rentals.
Yeah. So he's that would pretty much, that trailer he hauls would pretty much fill my garage.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it's once again the communities, the families, everybody involved, who makes this absolutely some of the best events you could ever imagine. Without them, these events don't happen.
No.
And we can say thank you all day long. Our wives, our spouses, our families, our friends. I'm sure to a certain extent, many of them are happy when fishing season comes to an end, because they actually get us home for a little bit. But at the same time, they also know this is what brings us a little bit of joy in our lives.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a challenge for everyone to find that balance. And it's nice to see, Alicia and Justin.
Yes.
Couples like that find their balance together.
Yep.
Like I said before, my wife and I organizing and running the events together. So yeah. So when are we getting you out here against these hook and paddle guys?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm ready.
You're ready
to go. Yeah.
Go on, strap that.
Yeah, Mike's kayak's right there. He's got a rod in it, I think.
It might be a musky rod.
I think it is the musky rod.
Brian and I talked about that. I would love to do that. I know we're a little late in the season here now, but maybe
I'd wait till it warms up next year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We were talking about that earlier, that this weather this time of year, and even Brian saying that, these mornings have been a little cold for kayakers.
Yes.
And it absolutely has been. But at the same time, nobody expected these temperatures
This early.
We'll call it mid-September. I mean, we're on the late half of mid-September, but nobody expected it quite this cold this quick, especially after the ridiculously hot summer we've had.
I'd like to maybe make a little challenge. Maybe next year we could have Mayor Tim, maybe some of the other mayors around the region, have a little friendly bet on who can catch the biggest fish.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That could be very fun. Okay, Brent, I'm sure you can hear me. I'm going to bring you on here. And then I got to pull my glasses off to try and move this screen around. There we go. Put the leaderboard back up because at the end of the day, that's where that's important. Brent, can you hear us?
Did you unmute him?
He's not muted.
I'm gonna have to step away for just 1 minute. As much as I love the coffee.
Brent,
That's
I can't.
Hey guys.
Oh, there you
No
go.
volume here.
There you go. We can hear you now. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yep, we hear you now. That's perfect.
All right.
So, Brent Valère, I want to welcome you to our broadcast. Brent, you're familiar with the gentleman sitting beside me, Pat Olson from Fredericton Capital Region Tourism.
how we doing?
How you doing, Pat?
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a while.
About a year.
About a year.
About a year.
About a year. About a year.
So, Brent, the reason why I wanted to have you on, and I want to thank you for coming on. I know, as you said, Richard is normally your kayak contact for CISA. Excuse me. My understanding is Richard's away on vacation.
Yep.
And unavailable. But I thought it was important to have someone on from CISA for this event where we are presenting or awarding someone a shot at fishing for Team Canada on the kayak side of things. So
Beautiful.
why don't you tell the folks at home a little bit about CISA and its mission?
Well, CISA, let's go back to a few years ago. CISA was initiated in 2018, if you can believe it, with a cracked crew of anglers that went down to Okeechobee to fish a Pan American Championship, likes of Bob Azumi and Joe Ford and Dave Chong, and it started in earnest in that year. Kind of went to 2019, 2020, and then it kind of fizzled for a bit with COVID and everything. So the organization really took sail in 2022. I worked 31 years in the federal government, retired in 2022, and a month later I was the president of CISA. And Joe Ford had a great vision. He asked me to join, and I believed in his vision. And what we have is an organization that's a full corporation in Canada. It's a not-for-profit corporation, which is very, very important, which allows us to operate on a different field than for-profit organizations, and allows us to do a lot of great things. But we have a corporate structure, a bunch of directors, 8 or 10 directors that basically run the show. And we're not just about bass, although Canada Bass is all over our apparel and stuff. CISA is part of 2 larger organizations. One is called FIPS-Ed, which is the freshwater circuit for bass fishing and other disciplines around the world. And also you've got SIPS, which is the large worldwide umbrella organization that governs all fishing in Canada, whether it be carp to bass to sailfish, marlin, whatever. There are tons of disciplines under FIPS and SIPS, and Team Canada or Canada Bass or CISA, Canadian International Sport Fishing Association, are on the bass side of things. So we're only one kind of stream of that larger umbrella. But what we do is our mission is to promote fishing around the world. And to do that, we send national teams around the world to compete, with a Canadian jersey on for the pride of Canada, to win a gold, silver, or a bronze medal in a Pan American or a world championship. Gives us the ability to spread the word, to make a lot of friends, a lot of acquaintances, and really put Canada on the map of fishing. And you'll know from last year with Pat and yourself there in New Brunswick, we chose to host the 2024 Pan American Games in New Brunswick, which turned out to be a smashing success. We brought, I believe, 10 nations to New Brunswick, and we had a lot of bass boats parked in the parking lot of the Delta Hotel, and in the backdrop we've got the St. John River, which is an absolute jewel of a fishery in Canada. And what we're able to do in CISA is not just send our people around, but we host events, and when we do that, we partner with places. So last year was New Brunswick. This year we did Kingston, and we bring people to those places, and we introduce people to those places, and they become repeat customers, if you will. They open their eyes get open to places they've never known, and nothing more indicative of that than the St. John River. I didn't know it existed before we started coming down for the Nakawik Open and the destination Nakawik, and I fell in love with the place. It's a place where you can legitimately go out and catch 50 smallmouth bass in a day without blinking an eye, and there's some good sized fish in there. You got to tangle with some big muskies and stuff, but it's a great fishery. And like I said, CISA is able to bring that kind of event to New Brunswick and not only put the fishery in the spotlight, but the city itself, Fredericton and Nakawik. People have never been there before, and they go there and they find the friendship and the the down home feeling and stuff, and then they come back. And that's part of our mission is we just don't promote fishing, we promote the places that we go to. And again, it's a not-for-profit setup, so we have a bunch of directors. We're all volunteers. None of us make any money, but we are able to turn around, say, every registration fee and pay it out at 100% because we don't make any money off it. And that's kind of what separates us from some of the other circuits. Although we're probably not ever going to do a circuit. That's too much work. Praise to those who do, because they do an amazing job here in Ontario and New Brunswick and everywhere else. But we have a standalone CISA Open every year. This year we were in Kingston. Next year we may be back in Kingston. We're not sure. But New Brunswick is always on our list as well. So I don't know. Is there anything else about CISA that you wanted to know?
Well, I mean, one of the reasons why I wanted, because I mentioned we're awarding a spot on Team Canada, and obviously you're from the powerboat side of the world, kind of like I am, Brent.
Yeah.
But you have had the opportunity to wear that maple leaf on your chest and compete in some significant international events.
Yep.
So as an angler and as a proud Canadian, what does that opportunity mean to you as a competitor? See, the CISA element, the president of CISA aside.
Yeah.
As a competitor, what does it mean to you to get to represent your country?
Yeah, it's a great point, Don, because I'm not just president of the organization, but I do have the ability to qualify for the national teams, and I have in the past. And I'll tell you, when you get the call, when you're actually given a spot on the team, that sense of pride starts right away, and the team starts forming, and we're all Canadian ambassadors at that point. We drop our kind of local pride and all that kind of stuff, and we become Canadian ambassadors. So when we travel, we're representing Canada, and it's the proudest feeling you'll ever have. When you're in the hotels, when you're traveling, when you're talking to the other countries, you're talking nation to nation. When you're competing and you've got that maple leaf on, it just, every fish you catch just turns so monumental. It just feels so good. And we're only fishing for medals, but when I say only, that's the pride of the country you're fishing for. And it's nothing better to be standing up on a podium with your team, with the maple leaf, holding a medal. It's an incredible feeling.
Well, and I think if we got a bunch of little bugs floating around here that just came out of nowhere, and I think I just got about 6 of them in my mouth, so bear with me for a second. I think in Canada, it's inevitable that we make the comparison to hockey. And everyone always talks about every Canadian kid wants to play hockey for Team Canada. And we look at the pros that are in the NHL making millions, making paychecks that the rest of us could only ever dream of, and they will take time to go compete for their countries.
Yes.
And this is our equivalent of that. I mean, yeah, it's nice to win a big event and hold up that big check and know that you just paid for your season out of winning one event. But there's something different about wearing that maple leaf on your jersey and having that opportunity.
It's a lot different. And when you separate the money from the pride, you see that difference. Right from the get-go, you have a team of people that want to be there, that want to represent Canada, and they're volunteering their time, and sometimes paying their money. We do our best to support our anglers, but we are a not-for-profit that depends on partnerships and fundraising. So that's limited. But you look around to all the nations that participate in these international tournaments. We're looking at 30 or so nations, and they all are similar to what CISA is. They all have an organization, and they all have volunteers that fish for their country. And I'll tell you, it's a different feeling altogether, and that's why the guys in hockey do it too. They don't have to. When they're tapped on the shoulder, they can make up an injury. They can say they don't want to go, but you always get those ones like Sidney Crosby that just at the drop of a hat will go no matter what to represent their country because it means a lot. And that's you can't really replace that feeling, and you can't really replace that experience.
No, exactly. And we have one guy here, Michael Cox, who was a member of Team Canada Kayak a couple years back. We've got Renee, our day one leader, who's currently sitting in second, who's competing for the Team Canada Kayak this year.
Nice.
When are they going, Andrew? Do you know?
December.
End of November, 1st of December, I guess they're headed to Mexico. And then, barring any changes, we have a potential new member of Team Canada to be crowned here today. So over the past few years, Brent, and this is not a shot, this is just a statement based on the fact that our fishing community in Canada is largely focused in Quebec and Ontario just because of the demographic and the population density.
Sure. Yeah.
But in the last few years, through partnering with Destination Nakawik and the NB Bass Tour and Hook and Paddle, you guys have been able to branch out and start extending this opportunity to anglers outside of that Quebec, Ontario core.
Absolutely.
And Brent, if you don't mind, we've got one of our on the water guys just calling in, so I'm just going to pull him up real quick and see who he's finding, because we're down to some short time before. Mike, how are you now?
I am good. So just quickly, I'm with Gage, and he's having a decent day. He's filled his bag. He said he's got some 15s. He's been up the standings from yesterday. So we just one of our youth anglers. So we just wanted to give him a little bit of airtime.
Absolutely. Gage is sitting inside the top 10. 149 inches total. Gage, if you just want to tell the folks at home real quick, how old are you and how long have you been kayak fishing?
I'm 16 and I've been kayak fishing for about 4 years.
Wow.
Okay. It was a little broke up there, but he's 16 years old, folks, been kayak fishing for 4 years now. And here he is in the top 10 amongst some of the best in Eastern Canada. So, Gage, hopefully we get a chance to talk to you at the awards tonight, but you want to say thank you to anyone at home or anyone you want to shout out while you're on the air?
Chris Bingham got me into this. So,
yeah.
About 4 years ago, he brought me and my brothers here to start this, and here we are now. So,
well,
there you go. So Chris is one of our anglers on the water now, and he brought all 3 of those 9 Belial boys to the events, and they've been trouble ever since.
Nice. Well, looks like you're dunking a drop shot at the edge of a weed line there. Are you going inside the weeds?
I was trying to be on the weed line, but I floated in
These guys on the camera boat distracted you, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's why we got to get away from him and let him do his business.
We'll let him finish out his day. He's got an hour and 15 minutes of fishing time left, and we got about 15 minutes before the leaderboard goes dark. So thanks, Mike. Gage, good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Good luck, Gage.
All right, take care, guys.
Thanks,
Take
Mike.
care. Thank you.
So, Brent, what you just saw with Gage at 16 years old, we have another youth angler here at 14 years old.
Yep.
So we've got two anglers, teenagers, young men that have only been doing this for a few years, but they're coming on strong, and they're holding these fellas, they're holding their feet to the fire and making them work for it.
That's good. Hey, we've got elites from Canada right now that were those young boys not too long ago. Cooper Gallant, Evan Kung, Jeff Gustafson. These guys were all the Johnstons, Chris and Corey. They were all youngsters. I kind of grew up around the same era when they were kids, and they were once those people, in small boats, just kind of doing their thing. But they got a chance. They caught the bug. They become fishermen, and they become some of the world's best fishermen. So anybody's got that opportunity. You start young like that, and you put your time in, and as long as you're interested, there's no reason why you can't go right to the top.
No, absolutely. And Coop is a great example of that. I mean, I remember just in the time I've been involved in the fishing world, watching this I'm pretty sure we started seeing him winning fairly big events before he was even old enough to require a razor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have a feeling with young anglers like Quinn and Gage, we're going to see the same thing here in the not too distant future. So it's a treat to see. So Brent, what I was talking about is you guys started to get a chance with the CISA Canada Bass Model to extend the opportunity to represent Canada outside of that Quebec, Ontario core to some anglers in Atlantic Canada, and hopefully that just continues to grow and the international movement catches fire and gains passionate anglers coast to coast in Canada.
Absolutely.
But I think it's inspired a new wave of pride amongst our anglers here in the East Coast, or at least I feel like it has, that spot on Team Canada, because I'll be honest, as a maritime angler, we always used to see a lot of stuff happening in central Canada.
Yeah.
And we get a little discouraged and say, well, we never get a shot at doing that. But now the guys are getting those shots. And, coming from a smaller region, I don't think I can even describe what those opportunities mean to these men and women that are vying for these opportunities.
Yep. Well, and we've had Maritimers on the team each year since we started working out of Destination Nakawik and qualifying a team. The Stockdykes were recently with us in Mexico. Adam Foster was there in Pan Am, and he just came back from South Africa. So the Maritimes,
both.
Yeah, the Maritimes has got their fingerprints on each event we've had since 2024. And this is a Canadian, it's a national team, so we have to realize that we need to get out of Quebec and Ontario, and there are great anglers out east, maybe out west, maybe up north, but we need to give them the opportunities to make this team. And in a fluctuating kind of environment with the Pan American Sport Fishing Federation, who does the scheduling for Pan Americans and also the Worlds, they work together with SIPS for the Worlds. They're discussing some schedule changes, and our organizations, basically all the organizations that create the teams, we just have to kind of react to what their scheduling is, which then determines how we qualify teams and when we qualify teams. We've tried a few different methodologies to do it, but the whole landscape keeps changing when it comes to scheduling and running big tournaments. So we just have to keep track, and we will qualify a team when we need to. We're just not sure how it's going to be done going forward with some of the changes coming up.
Yeah, no, it's a juggling act for sure,
Yeah.
because you're dealing with bodies that are outside of your control, and they're kind of the bigger entity. So they do something, and then we kind of in turn react to it. So
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But Brent, we're running out of time for our stream this afternoon. I want to thank you for taking the time to join us. Brent is at home up in Ontario, so he took some time out of his busy schedule. If people want to learn more about CISA and everything that CISA does for the community and everything CISA has on the go, where do they find that information?
On the website, it's www.fishcisa.ca. So it's FISHCISA.ca. You'll find everything you need to know about CISA on the web page. And if you want to keep current with everything we're doing, go to the Canada Bass Facebook site. Just type in Canada Bass in a search, you'll find it, and you'll see everything that we're doing, from the CISA Kingston Open to the Pan Ams, the Worlds, everything that we do, we post on Facebook. I believe we have an Instagram account as well, but I'm not savvy to how what that's called. We'd have to talk to Moose about that one. But go to the Facebook site or the website. You'll find it all.
Perfect. Thank you very much, my friend. And I do want to say congratulations on the success of the Kingston Open. That was a phenomenal event. And I promise you I won't miss it next year.
Oh, yeah. We missed you big time, Don. And we welcome you with open arms next year. Give another taste from out east back in Ontario. And we'll... who knows? We will find ourselves back there in New Brunswick at some point. It's not a place that I'm going to forget. So thank you, Don, for everything you did in 24, and Pat as well. You were intricate in getting us there and getting it done.
Well, we'll hope to see you guys down here soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's awesome, Brent. We've got our on the water guy, Mike, calling in again. And Andrew just showed me a picture that's got my mouth kind of dropped. Big, fat, largemouth here around Nakawik. So, Brent, thank you again. Yeah, how big was it, Andrew?
1575.
1575. So we call it a 16-inch largemouth just for the sake of conversation.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them to be found close by here, so that's awesome to see.
No.
So,
where are you based out of right now, Don?
We're right at the Big Axe Marina.
At Big Axe. Wow, and they're close.
Yep, they're close. I mean, it's kayaks, so we've got just a short range. So, but we've got to jump off. Brent, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We'll be talking soon.
Thanks for having me on, Don.
Thanks, Brent. We'll talk to you soon.
See you, Pat. Bye.
Okay. Now let's get Mike brought in here. And Mike, you're back again. Who do we have this time?
So we're chasing the chaser. This is Mr. Peltier, and he's currently sitting in second place. And we told him we were not going to interview him, not talk to him, just follow him the last few minutes. If you wanted to see if he lands anything to get him a little bit closer.
Absolutely. Well, I want to review the leaderboard, and that might not be fair to him if he can hear us.
We're just out of earshot.
You're just out of earshot. So,
He did upgrade not that long ago.
He did upgrade again. So, what are we?
He's at 173.5 now.
173.5.
So, was that?
So he's a little less than 5 inches behind.
Yeah.
And still with an hour and 7 minutes to go. So he can still do it. He absolutely can. So yeah, we're going. The leaderboard goes dark at 2 p.m. We're going off the air just around that same time. So yeah, I can pull it up on my phone so I can see it a little better, and it'll make it easier for me to talk about it.
You want the leaderboard?
Well, yeah, you've got a version that doesn't scroll on me, so that's probably better.
1 second.
While we're at it, Pat, while Andrew's getting that pulled up, anything you want to say to folks out there about, Capital Region tourism, any activities that are going on, anything that's coming up?
Yeah, obviously the big one here in a couple of weeks, the Fredericton Capital Region Open. We're partnering with the MB Bass Tour, so that's year one of a 3-year partnership. So very excited about that. Also, if you're interested in any other events or information on Fredericton Capital Region, please visit our website, FrederictonCapitalRegionTourism.ca. kind of a one-stop shop. You can see all different things from accommodations, places to eat, all throughout the region. And also my contact information is on that webpage. And if you ever have any questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out. Or if you have any ideas of planning events or bringing events in, you always have my ear.
Pat's an open book, and he is a great partner for us to have. He's a great partner for Hook and Paddle, NB Bass Tour. He's a great representative for our entire region. So you're more than welcome to stay with us as we run through this leaderboard, Pat. I just want to, before I forget, we see some last minute upgrade and I get all excited. I want to thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me, Don.
And I want to thank you for all your support for the sport of fishing. No matter what platform we're on, you are a great advocate for our sport. So our current leader, folks, has been the leader for a while. Justin Hines at 178.25. Phenomenal day for Justin. Renee Pelche, our day one leader, is 173.50 in second place. Peter Ninehouse in third, 164.75. Matt Patton in fourth, 161.75. Gary Lynch still knocking, still holding inside the top five, 155.75. John Muserall, he took that fifth place away from Gary for a little while. Gary clawed it back. John sitting at 155 even. Birthday boy number 2, Andrew Wadden, holding tight inside the top 10 at seventh place, 152.75. Gage Ninehouse, we talked to him just a little while ago, 16 years old, in 8th place at 149 inches even. Matt Fast, 9th place, 146 even. I lost Joseph Boilly from Quebec, our first Quebec angler on the standings, 144.25. Matt Da Silva, another angler we saw earlier. He was a long ways up the Naco Stream and chasing, had his bag filled. He had 138.25 in 11th. Amanda Metz, Amanda doing our lady anglers proud. She's just outside the top 10, clawing her way back in, 130.75. Colton Taylor, once another Nova Scotia angler, 13th at 130 inches even. Chris Bingham, the cause for Gage Ninehouse and Peter Ninehouse and those guys to be here. Chris, they're blaming you at 123.5 in 14th place. Colton Palmer sitting in 15th place at 122. Ivan, how did you say that last name again? Kimmich at 120.75 in 16th. Ben Wu sitting in 17th currently at 119.75. Alex Jake Rodenheiser at 119.75 as well. So we have a tie in the 17th position. Andrew Craig at 118. John Kale, to the best of my knowledge, still our lunker leader.
Yep.
Is sitting in 20th place overall with 85.25. Quinn Marsh, our youngest angler in the field. An absolute victory for Quinn to be here at 14 years old. That still makes me a little bit sick. At 81 inches. Hubert Moffat from Quebec as well, 77.25 inches. Corey Hobson, our late starter this morning, the guy that avoided the frost, sitting at 66.5. Michael Cox at 56.5. Jeff Rathburn at 36. And, Tommy Mayer at 24 inches. Now, those numbers are all pending. Obviously, these anglers could still catch more fish. They could be doing the sandbagging we've been talking about so much and sitting on fish they just have not submitted yet. And in all honesty, there's a couple names on that list that wouldn't surprise me. So, Andrew, our time is almost up. I mean, obviously, if we run over a few minutes, we run over. But our time is almost up. It's been a phenomenal weekend here in Destination Nakoik. Like I said, I'm not speechless often, but after witnessing this, I did see a number on that. There's been over 300 fish registered just today alone. Right? So is that for the weekend total? I should ask that. I saw it up in the top right corner, number of anglers, number of fish caught.
Of course, I closed it too soon.
Of course. So, but Nakowic has shown its glory again. We're starting to see it's. I'm not going to say it's a shame because I'm glad we're not totally into the fall colors just yet, but we're starting to see some colors in the trees. Actually, as we look downriver here, there's some beautiful colors starting to show in the tree line there on the shore. But Nakowic has shown out in its beauty, in its fishing resource.
That's both days.
That's both days. So 312 fish registered. I'm sure there's been way more than that actually caught. 28 anglers total for the weekend. 312 fish registered, plus numerous fish that likely didn't get registered. Ladies and gentlemen, the leaderboard is going dark. It is now 2 p.m.
Yep.
You will see no further updates on our leaderboard. If you want to know who won, you're going to have to tune in at 5:45 when we will be live from the Nakowic Lions Club. Mike and Ryan out on the water, I can't thank you guys enough for playing along today, for being out there and catching all this footage on the water and talking to all these anglers for us. Pat, once again, Capital Region Tourism, thank you. Andrew, thank you for sitting beside me and listening to me ramble so much this weekend.
Thank you, Donnie. This was so much fun.
I've had a blast. I look forward to doing this again. I want to thank Brent again for being with us, all our guests, Greg McFarland, all our anglers, Becca and Alicia. It was just a phenomenal weekend overall. I do want to take one last chance. I got to turn. No, that's not the one I want to turn on. I want to turn this one off. And I want to turn this one on. To all our sponsors, 506 Tackle, Nakowic Motel, Canada Bass Kayak or CISA, Big Axe Brewery, St. Croix Rods, Myrner Memories Photography, Atlantic Laser Works, Team Brothers Kayak Fishing Trail, X Zone and Rod Glove, Nova Scotia Kayak Fishing Series, NB Bass Tour, Nakowic Lions Club, and of course, Destination Nakowic and Fredericton Capital Region Tourism. I can't thank all of you enough for making this weekend possible. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pat Olson. My name's Don Patterson. That's Andrew Burt. Thank you all for joining us. Tune in 5:45 Atlantic time to see who is crowned the 2025 Hook and Paddle Classic champion and who's going to get to secure that spot with Team Canada to compete with Team Canada in 2026. Until next time, folks, thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. The excitement's not over yet.